Meow, 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 meow. Okay, the check-in thing should work now. I'm glad to see it working. I'm glad to see. I still have to customize it more. It's still in the default colors, so I want to change the colors to be a little bit more to my color scheme. But I changed it so it's little bunnies. I did change the little bunnies on it, so that's cute. That's cute. I do have to think of something I want to do. I forgot to limit. Did the multiple people get the same one? Does it work if you do it a second time? Actually, let me see. It redeems, but it doesn't actually work. So the redeem goes through, but it doesn't actually go. Okay. I'll fix that later. Now it's just a waste of your point. You know what? It's a point waste. It's there to waste your points if you do not do it. It's set in the widget itself to only stamp every 6 hours. I just have to play with it on the Twitch side with the redeems. Limit redeems per user per stream. 1. Okay, this should fix it. This should fix it. I just set it up before I'm slowly, over the next few days, slowly rolling out new things on my stream that I've been putting off doing for a while. As you can, if anyone wasn't here, the new emotes are up by Renkai. I have a new ending screen, if you saw that earlier yesterday. The new song that's playing right now. So the new song that's playing right now is also by Stream Cafe, who's done my other ones. I will eventually change my background here. So I have this cool library, but this was a pre-made one. And I have my library, which is a custom one, which will be cool. I have to set that up still, though. So we'll see that. We'll see that one when I have time. We'll see that one when I have time. Well, there was something else. Oh, there's like another alert. I want to set up for when I have raids. But I still have to set that one up. Slowly rolling out the things that I already have. And then I'll finish rigging this model here. And then we'll have a cute little dress. We'll have a cute new chibi model and a new outfit. We'll have a cute new chibi model. And once that's done, I'll save money to get a new model in this outfit. 130k? I have infinite. I have infinite. I wonder who I have the most. I probably have the most. I had the most in Draco's streams, but Draco hasn't streamed in a while, so I probably have the most in Pawsworth streams now. I'll have to check. But hello, everybody! I'm doing my second stream of the day. You have the most in Sunos. I probably have a ton in Sunos as well, actually. No, I actually don't have a ton in Sunos because I redeem things when I might now. I haven't redeemed anything in the streams in a while, so I've been looking forward to this game. Alright, this game. So today, once again, for anyone who was not here for any of these other streams, tonight or this morning, this week is the Fall in Love Visual Novel Festival, hosted by Studio Élan, and they've curated like I think a couple hundred romance-themed like visual novels and stuff. So I'm streaming a whole bunch of those games, demos and things. Here's my little schedule for it. Tonight we're here at Taishō Romance Theater. That's the game for tonight. I'm very looking forward to it. This morning we played Irene the Window. The VOD's up if you're interested. That one was actually really cool. It was really cool. It was very healing. It made me think. And it made me stretch. And it made me like, I don't know, do healthy introspection, which is really nice. This game tonight though, Taishō Romance Theater. Well, it's. We'll read the. I'll read the content warnings in a second. Before I start though, I do have to. This is the last second thing. I just got called into work tomorrow morning, so the Rotten Roots stream is gonna have to be pushed off to like either 1 or 2 p.m. I'm gonna have to push it back a few hours. Unfortunately, I'll make a post on Twitter. I didn't have a chance yet because I just got the text, but I do have to push that one back, so it'll start a little later, unfortunately. But I will still do both games tomorrow. And then Soul Set's a full game, and I have the code for it, so I'll do a little giveaway for the code for the game. This is healing for this is healing for people who use hecked up horror to help them sort through what humanity is. You know? Sometimes you need the calm, meditation, introspection, and sometimes you need to be reminded of the horrors of the world in the fictional world, to put things in perspective for you. So yeah, Taishō Romance Theater. I am on more of a time crunch for this stream. I have still 7, 8, 9, 10. I got almost 4 hours. Well, let's say like 3.5 hours. I don't know if I can get through the whole demo, because they posted on their Twitter that reading through it could take like 5 hours. So I'm gonna try as much as I can. I don't want to not finish it though, so we have to jump into that in a second. You had red velvet cake. We had red velvet cake? Red velvet cake's my favorite, actually. I love red velvet cake. Also, hello everybody. If I didn't say any hi to everyone individually, check out the new check and redeem. If you go to the channel points, check and redeem. It's fun. Speaking of, not the right one. Well, I mean, I could also use this screen, but I want to use this one. Oh yeah, that was another one of the new things. I updated my gaming screen. So it's just a little different. It's a very similar style and color scheme, but it is just slightly different. It's a little smaller, right? It's a little smaller. I don't know what side I want to be on yet for once the game starts, but we'll see, and we'll adjust accordingly. So let me turn down this music, and we're gonna turn the game music back on, because it sounds really cool. Return the menu. Taishō Romance Theater. Gore on! It actually has... Okay, let's see if this pops up on here. When I started the game here, it does give me a... Do you want to see grotesque stuff? The viewpoints of the characters do not represent the author's stance. The story is purely fictional and is not related to any real persons, events, or organizations. This demo contains mild blood, grotesque, violent, and horror elements, along with content that may be disturbing to some. If you feel uncomfortable while playing, please exit the game immediately. Certain scenes in the game feature grotesque imagery, including exposed entrails, and similar content. Please choose below what the type of content will be displayed. So, yes, because I've played games with that before. But look, there's gore in this game. But let's go more important, because I do want to give a fair warning with some of the stuff that might not make people comfortable. It does have so Let me find the section here. So it's got... I don't think this should be a warning, but I'll let people know. You are a male protagonist, and you have male and female love interests. That's fine, whatever. But there's also, I believe, well, okay, there's 4 characters here listed as potential love interests. One is your younger sister, and one is your uncle. So that's a warning. I know people may not enjoy that kind of thing. I don't know if it gets into that in the demo, but it will in the full game. So there's that. There's that. We got a little bit of some spicy relationship things. The game certainly has range. Exactly. Doing the lurk. Enjoy the lurk, and thank you for stopping in. So I wanted to let people know, because, you know, I don't want you to like get really excited and find out if that's a deal breaker for you in a game. Was there anything else? There's a trailer on here, if you want to look at the trailer, but we'll play a game. Alright, that was my warning. I put the Steam link top of chat, which you can just go on to and read if you want to look at. If you want to see the trailer lists more of that kind of stuff in detail. I think that might be too big. A little smaller. Let's see. Yeah, I'm small on the screen now, but that's fine. I want to also make the overlay just a little darker. There we go. Perfect. We'll keep the cute hanging thing up in the corner, though. We'll keep the cute hanging thing. Alright, so, Taishō Romance Theater. Looking forward to this one. Is it being cut off? No, it looks like that. Perfect. Let's get chat box here if I can see it. I am looking... This game... The other games, I was like... The Irene one that we played earlier... Like, I knew I was gonna like it, but I didn't know exactly... Like, what it was gonna be. You know what I mean? Is this game about dating? No. It's about a murder. It's about a murder. The dating your family is just a little extra spice. Let's see. The diverse romance visual novel follows amnesiac actor Kotori Sakuma as he uncovers hidden truths and navigates intricate relationships. Through choices shaping characters' bonds and story progression, you'll explore various endings and enjoy a blend of mystery and love in the Taishō era. Isn't that great? To escape an impending imprisonment, as well as investigate the truth behind a friend's death, he'll explore the unknown forces of the other side of the world, whether willingly or reluctantly. Well, let's start the game. Let's start the game. There might be some. We don't know. We'll find out. All I know is what it told me in the little content warning, in the little Steam description. And maybe I play games it's fine, it's fine. I play visual novels. Do you see my cursor on the screen? Let me hide that. We don't want the cursor this time. Perfect. Alright, let's start the game. I think I might be dreaming. A warm, soft darkness wraps around me. In the boundless distance, specks of light glimmer like emeralds. I drift into this What's this word mean? I've seen it before, I can't remember it. Amniotic. I'm so bad in like, as soon as I see a word I don't know, I have to look it up. Relating to the amnion. That doesn't help me. What's an amnion? The innermost membrane The innermost membrane that encloses the embryo of an mammal, egg, or reptile. So, like, being in an egg? Being wrapped in a membrane of darkness? Okay. Fine. I drift in the amniotic blackness which bathes my bare eyes, ears, nose, and mouth in bliss. As that brilliant jade hue engulfs my body, the stars begin to blink in unison. And from that furthest depths, from within me, from such an intimate darkness, rises a chorus of sighs, so familiar that it brings tears to my eyes. Here you are. Something brushes gently against my cheek, delicate as a flower. It stirs a breath of air that leaves ripples in my vision. Even smaller than I thought, though it's been this long. I want to open my mouth to ask whose voice this is, but what reaches my senses, even before the voice, is a taste, bitter and impossible to describe. Why can't I remember your name, no matter how hard I try? At some point, I'm not sure when, that feather-like sensation gently settled over my face. Why are you making that face? That's not like you at all. Well, I'd like to gaze at you a little bit more, but this place is not for you. I'm sorry to have troubled you. Kotori Sakuma. Next time we meet, don't forget me. Is that him? That must be him. Kotori? My head hurts. Who's calling me? Ugh. Are you alright? Come on, wake up. A voice tinged with concern. Someone gently shaking my shoulder. I pry my eyes open. The familiar interior of the car swims into view. So does Kazuya, his face taut with worry. I think if you're driving a car, you're not supposed to be facing the back. I'm just saying. Dating your gay family? Hey! You're also your younger sister. From what I have deduced from the Steam page description, good stuff. Yeah. In fiction. Maybe in fiction. Thoughts and memories fall back into place. The din outside seeps through the windows as the car speeds along a road lined with gas street lamps. When do they kiss? I hope. I wonder if we'll see any kissing in this demo. I wonder how far we go. We're on our way to the new residence in Ginza. The troop leader, Kazuya, seems intent on settling down in Tokyo this time. No, I'm fine. I guess I just overslept. Couldn't wake you up at all. Were you having a nightmare? My body is still sluggish from sleep and cold. Clammy sweat clings to my skin. In the car window, I see my reflection, haggard and drawn. Maybe I did dream of something, but no matter how I try, I can't dredge up the faintest memory of it. 2 Moop streams in one day? Right? See, I accidentally didn't stream for like 2 weeks, but here we go, I'm back. Back in, overcompensating? It's great. Hello, Medusa! I glance at Kazuya. Anxiety is still written all over his face, and he looks so pale lately. For a moment, I can't tell which one of us looks more like they just escaped a nightmare. I'd better not worry him. 24-hour Moop stream? God, if I had 24 hours free... Oh, this weekend... I should have just done 24-hour streamed... I was sick, actually. That would have been a good idea if I wasn't sick. 24-hour just playing demos back to back to back to back to back. If they do this again, like, next year or something, I would absolutely. 24 hours reading visual novels. I gotta train by then. It's nothing. I'm just a bit tired. What about you? You didn't get any rest either. You look worse than me. You're tossing and turning in your sleep. I thought you were having another flare-up. As long as you're fine now, that's all that matters. It's been a whole year. We can't expect everything to be like it was back then. The flare-ups, that's a long story. We were supposed to arrive in Tokyo a year ago to begin a tour. But maybe that's how accidents are, with no rhyme or reason. Something happened to our train that day, and I hit my head during the accident, so I can't recall much from before. By some stroke of luck, no one else in the troupe was seriously injured. Only I was knocked unconscious for quite a while, leaving me with headaches that come and go. Since then, Kazuya's gotten overly worried about me. His own health has been getting worse too, though he's still in good spirits. Just like Hatsuyuki, she claims it's only from the shock, but whenever I say to take it easy or get some rest, she either doesn't answer or changes the subject. Well, I guess I'll get some proper rest once the premiere is over. Things are fine for now. Thank you so much for caring about me. Anyway, Tokyo seems to change again. Did the tracks run this far last time? It's quite the sight. How does it feel to be back after so long? Kazuya's words leave me at a loss. Everyone says I grew up in Tokyo, but I only have the most fleeting impression of this vast city. Also, this might be a problem with all big cities, but everything here just feels suffocating. The buildings, the railway lines, the bustling throngs. Do I really fit in here? What was that? Nothing. Well, if you really want to know, I'm just a bit worried. Why is this all of a sudden? I got distracted, sorry. We can't possibly be the only troupe in Tokyo, can we? Aha, so that's what's bothering you. It'll be fine. With you and Hatsuyuki here, all we need to do is keep doing what we've always done during the tours. But I suppose it's good that you're so nervous. Who's nervous? Alright, have it your way. Well, Hamuro-sensei gave me the script a couple of days ago. Want to go over it together tonight? Hamuro-sensei came back? Hamuro-sensei is a playwright on good terms with Kazuya. Kazuya has always held him in high regard and entrusted them with the script at this time. Although Hamuro-sensei is technically a member of the troupe too, they've always been elusive. I haven't seen them a single time in almost a week on the road. I thought we'd be waiting a little longer. You mean it's just that no one told me? Sorry. I was planning to tell you once we got settled, since we've been on the go lately. Rest has to come first. Nihonbashi. We're almost there. Not this again. Fine, I'll let you off this time. So, this is Ginza. The closer we get to Ginza, the more I can sense Tokyo's opulence. My only real impression is of the crowds, but here at least, the extreme value of every square foot of land is almost tangible. Living in a place like this, Kazuya said we have investors backing, but I still can't help but feel uneasy. Not to mention the car rental fee? We used to pinch pennies to make ends meet. My thoughts drift further and further away, and by the time I regained my focus, Kazuya had already moved on to another topic. Oh, did I ever tell you about where we're staying? Sorry, what? Apart from mentioning it's in Ginza, he's never brought it up. It must have slipped his mind with everything going on. The house we're staying in, half the ground floor is rented out to a cafe. I hear it's quite a popular spot. Though, coffees isn't really a novelty in Tokyo anymore. Their fresh fruit ice cream is one of a kind. I remember you and Hatsuyuki loved this back in school, and you were the only ones who could afford it. I almost say, isn't it kind of weird eating cold treats in winter? But the look on Kazuya's face somehow stops the words in my throat. It's like he's lost in memories. Huh. Maybe I really did love those little treats back then. Those little treats. Just a little treat. Just a little ice cream in the middle of winter. It's normal. I'll give it a try if I get the chance. We've still got some way to go. Anything else on your mind? Tell me more about the old days. Yeah, tell me more about the old days. Why the sudden interest? Where to begin? I guess I'll start with how things were before the troupe came together. We first met in Sasaki-sensei's piano class. You always had that stony face, looking so glum. I couldn't really hold a conversation, so Hatsuyuki tried every trick to make you smile. We found out you liked ice cream only because she dragged you to try out the nearby cafe. You barely said a word, but you sure weren't shy with the food. Then you blurted something out, which is how we learned that you just thought it was cool. Hey. As much as I'd love to shoot this down, that does sound like the kind of thing I do. Judging from Kazuya's expression, he could keep going. No, I don't think that'll go well. Let's leave it at that. Anything else? How have you two been lately? You and Hasuyuki look so worn out every day, and your minds are always wandering. You two aren't keeping anything from me, are you? No, why would we? I haven't even said anything, and you're getting all worked up. Sorry, I just what? I was teasing you earlier, but the truth is, well, we had so many delays getting to Tokyo, I didn't want to bring down the morale. Kazuya forces a smile, but it seems rather strained. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pushed you like that. But you know you can talk to me about these things. Yes, I know you worry about me too. Thank you. I can tell you have more questions, don't you? What's the script about? Amuro-sensei said it's based on your... Right, you don't remember. You once brought back a manuscript of an old play from quite a long time ago. Amuro-sensei took a look and said it was very inspiring. Apparently this new script was influenced by it. I brought that? Yes, but that was ages ago, back when the troupe was just getting started. Later you gave the manuscript to Hamuro-sensei. If you want it back, I'll ask for them to return it. Ray shouldn't have pushed him like that, should have pushed on the floor. Exactly! You know, the car seat is probably pretty wide. We'll get there eventually. Soon. Kazuya, sometimes I think he really takes things too seriously. It's fine, no need to bother. Here's the cafe. As we speak, the car makes a turn past the cafe sign. It veers away from the bright, bustling main street and comes to a stop in a narrow alley. All that glitter and clamor vanishes abruptly, along with the words I meant to say. Hold on, I have boba. I'm drinking it. Hold on. I go to take a sip of the drink, but then I forget there's like actual chewy bits inside. The alley is deserted, but neatly swept. The space before the doorway lit by the dim glow of a yellow lamp. I love lamp! The cars carrying the other members are already packed up ahead, and people are moving back and forth with luggage. Alright, let's go. I didn't even notice Kazuya getting out. The coat draped over his arm adds to his gentlemanly air as he opens the car door on my side. You... Never mind. It's cold. Oh? After so long inside the warm car, it slipped my mind how biting the wind would be. I hurriedly scramble back to grab my jacket, but Kazuya beats me to it. He shakes out the coat he's holding and wraps it around me. He buttons my collar, takes a step back, and looks me over head to toe, then nods in seeming satisfaction. There we go. A blush? Is that a slight blush I see on that sprite? Oh yeah. Wait. Were you driving? Were you driving, sir? His faint scent of alcohol and antiseptic is now more noticeable than ever. The chilly air still brushes against my exposed skin, but for some reason, I feel as if I'm burning up instead. Oh? Oh? I'll go in first. Okay. I'm trying to shake off this cold atmosphere, but as I hastily barge ahead, I forget to pay attention to my surroundings. Before I know it, I've crashed headlong into a young man. It's not the pain that hits first, but a strange, cloyingly sweet smell like rotting fruit. Sorry, I wasn't watching where I was going. Are you alright, Sakuma-san? Tori, are you okay? I'm fine. Sorry about that. I'm just glad you're okay. Let me carry those up for you. Carrying my stuff? Wait. Putting my jacket on and carrying my stuff? Kazuya's quite the gentleman. Even if he was driving. Was he driving? Was he driving while under the influence? I guess, you know. Laws were different back then. Time for a break, at least. After unpacking the last suitcase, I've got no energy left for etiquette. I collapse onto the sofa, utterly spent. Leaning against the sofa soft cushion, I stare blankly at the ceiling light for a while until I feel myself gradually reviving. The gifts I brought? Gifts with the Polonia seals. Actually, let's see. Oh, it's just info about the game itself. But hey, here's the info about the game. Okay, so that lets me look back on things I missed. Okay, cool. They're still in a jumbled heap in the corner. The Polonia seals on the wrapping gleam under the light. I receive these gifts every month. I practically have the pattern memorized down to the last detail, but they leave me inexplicably irritated. To be honest, I have no clue who's been sending them, but Kazuya told me that they've been arriving backstage ever since my debut performances, always stamped with the same Polonia seals. It's most likely some young master or lady from a distinguished family, since they get to use an emblem, but their taste is unfathomable. Most of the gifts just end up collecting dust. Look at the time. Kazuya's probably waiting at the rehearsal room by now. Forget it. I'll deal with this stuff later. Ooh! My hair's fine? Who is that? I turn a glance behind me. It's empty. Nothing there at all. Was that just my imagination? Why am I getting so paranoid? Hey, been waiting long? Not at all. Oh! Why are we sitting so close? Really, wouldn't it be better to take a break tonight instead? I reflexively touch my face. Kazuya notices, but can't help but laugh. Don't worry, you haven't got eye bags. Here's the script. Why don't you take a look first? He hands me a stack of neatly bound papers, the cover entirely blank. No title? Ooh! Oh, okay. Got any rice? Oh my Takumi-sama, you've come at an unfortunate time. The aged rice is long gone. All that's left is the grain from the new harvest. Not a single bag? Not a single bag. If you want some, you'll have to come earlier tomorrow and ready your purse, for the price is risen by 1 cent. Fine. I've still got dried fish at home. A change is good for the appetite. It's no big deal. I'm off. No need to see me out. Take care, sir. Penniless wretch? Penniless wretch? How long will radish leaves and dried fish fill your stomach? Sensei, you're getting distracted again. My apologies, You seem down lately because of the unpaid wages? Can't even escape inflation, I know! You're still a student. You needn't worry about these things. I'll be here for class, no matter what. No, I'm thinking about school. I'm not thinking about school. It's just that I saw a job advertisement the other day for a newspaper. I was thinking, You write such fine essays, Sensei. It wouldn't hurt to give it a try, don't you think? And it pays so well. But it's been years since I... That doesn't matter, Sensei. There's lots of students eager to try their luck, and in urgent need of your guidance. I'm out of firewood. The rice, too. Where did those rats come from? Not a grain spared. And there's still the rent? Is it true? With no money, there's no hope? At least this pen can still write. In late spring, as warmth swiftly returns to the land, I receive an invitation from an old friend, and thus I journey to a temple within the mountains. Behold the weeping cherry in full bloom. How have you been? He inquires of me. Perhaps due to the heady wine or the petals that float within my cup, I find myself wholly intoxicated. The deepest truths of my soul, it seems, can only be spoken amidst such sweet scenery. Wait, why is it cut off? Kazuya doesn't seem surprised. Maybe it's a misprint? Never mind, I'll improvise for now. Oh! Improvisation! Oh, I like okay, look at the cool... Like the typewriter? The cool typewriter kinda... What do you call this? Overlay? Oh, and it moves when I... Okay, so... So what was the last line? Perhaps due to the heady wine or the petals that float within my cup, I find myself wholly intoxicated. The deepest truths of my soul, it seems, can only be spoken amidst such sweet scenery. I say, never did I think the pursuit of happiness would be so exhausting. I say, parents, the less said of them the better, but perhaps there is some worth to be that doesn't feel like it works. I say, I simply think in this moment, all is well. I never thought the pursuit of happiness would be so exhausting. I like that. I'm gonna go with that. Wait, what? As soon as I speak the line, the remaining text is swept away by some unseen force. In its place, black lines writhe and squirm across the page, weaving themselves into the new words faster than I can blink. My blood feels like it's boiling, surging through my veins, searing my throat. The pain blazes like I'm swallowing flames, as if raw flesh is being torn from my mouth to feed those growing black lines. My mind goes blank. When I manage to come to and flip ahead a few pages, the text is settled into a coherent story. There's no remaining trace of the distortion from before. My friend's face is steeped in a glow of dusk, and a faint memory stirs. No, that's not how it goes. My eyes are fine. Am I haunted or something? A dull ache blooms in my head. My temples draw tight, pounding. Those black marks imprinted on my retina still twitch spasmodically in the corners of my vision. I don't know, it's hard to see with my head. Sometimes it gets a little cut off. I think it's just a demo. I think they gotta resize it. It's probably fits, I don't think this is originally in English. I think this is a translation. Yeah, this is kind of what happens when you don't sleep. But as soon as I focus my gaze, they turn into perfectly ordinary blocks of type, lying completely still. It's as if they've always been there, as if everything I just saw was a mere illusion. My dazed look must be too obvious. Kazuya puts down his script with that mix of confusion and concern back on his face. Is that all for today? My eyes kinda hurt. Oops. Guess right-clicking brings up the menu. Sorry, I've crumpled the pages. You better take a break first. It's my fault. I should have made sure you had enough rest before talking about the script. Move time! Hello, Butterzilla! Hello! I'll bring you a new copy when you're feeling better. Alright? I don't really want Kazuya worrying about me. Before I know it, a lie comes rolling off my tongue to cover things up. Forget it. It's better to have him think I'm tired than to have him know I might be losing my mind. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic! I am dedicating my weekend in part of next week to romance visual novels, and that is my favorite thing in the world. So I am fantastic. How are you doing? Kotori? Thanks. That sounds good. But I still need to read the script. Can I borrow yours for now? Did you already check in? Did you already do a check-in? You did one earlier, right? Or not? You did not. Did I mess it up? Did I mess it up? Oh, you might need to refresh the page, actually. Maybe? I probably messed it up again. Edit. Oh, I see. I did break it. I fixed it again. I fixed it again. Ideally, I try it again. 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 I think I fixed it. Perfect. Did it pop up on the screen? It did not pop up on the screen. Well, we'll find it later. It'll be there. It got checked, I think. Woke up at 8 p.m., ate ramen. Heck yeah! Love ramen. As the cold water splashes my face, there's a belated flare of pain in my forehead. Kazuya's copy of the script is also the altered version, but he wouldn't joke around like this, and he couldn't possibly be in cahoots with me to trick myself. Everything seems as though it's always been this way. And that thing I saw in the mirror? What is going on here? Looks like curses and hauntings might not just be flights of fancy after all. Ooh? 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 You're gonna play Odin Sphere, but lost like the past few hours of progress at the fair. Oh no! I've wanted to play Odin Sphere. It looks so beautiful. I like what is it? Is it Vanilla? Vanillaware? Is that the company? I love their games. Oh, Kotori! Huh? Hey, Superstar. You don't look so good. Has Kazuya been giving you a hard time? Hatsuyuki. Only the sound of that familiar voice makes me realize that I've been in a trance here for who knows how long. The troupe's leading actress blinks at me. She's standing before me, her green eyes as vivid as two emeralds against her pallid skin, their gaze locked unwaveringly on my face. When did you get here? No, wait, did you get any rest? When? Oh, I guess around the time a certain Kotori was spacing out and his stomach started growling. Growling? Alright, let's go grab a bite to eat. You can't sleep on an empty stomach. Just think of it as keeping me company, okay? Hatsuyuki takes my hands and pulls me off the sofa with a gentle tug, like a snare closing around a fledgling. Her hand is so cold, but her eyes stay fixed on me, narrows slightly at the corners, like a cat, or a bird, or a fox, or some other sharp and sly creature waiting for my response. I can't recall exactly how close we used to be, as classmates and friends. Despite that, I think I could lose my memory all over again and still feel helpless to refuse her. Oh? Oh? Well, yeah, I mean, look at her. She's pretty. She's pretty. She's pretty. Pretty girl. So how about the cafe next door? Shall we? You decided not to go through it again tonight? To get through the forest and the mountain stage again and have Nate the ingredients from Maori again? You got yeah. You know what? Yeah. Take a little step break. Start What's the other one? Is it Muramasa? Is it Muramasa? Is the other one? Play that one instead. The cafe's fireplace is lit. We're here right at dinner time. The air is rich with warmth and aroma of food, perfect for soothing strained nerves. It's been a while since we last shared a meal. Thinking about it, as I nestle into a soft armchair in the corner, it feels like a lifetime ago. Something came up, got a lurk? Go for it! I don't think it's JP only. Hold on. Muramasa Demon Blade. I mean, I know it's not. I know it's not JP only because I played it. But what did it come out on? I played it on the Vita. Did it come out on anything other than the Vita? Hatsuyuki calls the server over for the menu. While I flip through it, she props her chin on her hand, staring straight at me. I give in, closing the menu and raising it to shield my face. I think I hear her laugh. The sound drifts across the table and winds its way into my ears. I'll have a soda water and a sandwich, thanks. What about you? Me? This one, I guess? There's a rustle from her side, then the menu is plucked from my hands. Hatsuyuki stacks the two hefty folders together and passes them to the waiting server. Once the server is gone, her gaze returns to me, her expression abruptly serious. Alright, enough of that. What's with you today? You seem so out of it. You're giving me a real scare. I'm not like Kazuya. I won't just let you get away with a I'm fine. Her tone is light, but I know that she means it. There's no bluffing my way out from under that gaze. Not today. I'm not sure where to start. Then start from... arriving in Tokyo? How about that? If you say so. With Hatsuyuki's gentle eyes trained on me, a feeling slowly stirs. The sense that it might not be too bad to talk about this after all. If anyone had a Vita, excuse me, mine is right here. It's currently in my hand because I picked it up, but it was sitting directly in front of me. This is my beloved, precious handheld video game. The best one I've ever owned in my life. It just fits so perfectly in my hand, and it's such a nice blue color. It's perfect. The battery life. This battery life, oh, it lasts so long. My Steam Deck, I don't look at it for 2 seconds, dead. My Vita, I don't charge for several weeks. I don't charge this thing for several months. Still has battery. It's perfect. Let's turn the volume up. Can you hear the volume of my Vita? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. What was I playing last? I was playing, Corpse Party, I guess. And then I downloaded the Zero Escape Nonary games. I want to play that next. Do I still have... Do I still have Demon Blade on here? No, I have to re-download it? I guess I have to re-download it. Oh, there's so many Otome games on here. I love it. Wait, Vita? Vita? No, go away. Go away. Go away. I'm sorry. I got distracted by the haunting, beautiful call of my Vita. I easily forgot. No, I'll never forget my Vita. I love it too much. It's too perfect. Alright, back to this game. When I finish my last sentence, Hatsuyuki is still watching me, silent and solemn. After a while, she smiles. There's something a little uncanny about it. Had any dreams lately? When I fell asleep in the car, I think I dreamed about something really important, but I can't remember what it is. Let me think. I'm sure you've heard all sorts of Japanese legends about gods and spirits, haven't you? There's more deities up in Takamagara than there are grains of rice in a vat. Wait, are you serious? What game should you play, Tony Hawk or Minecraft? Oh man, that's a hard one. Are there the Tony Hawk remakes? Are the new ones? Minecraft is a classic, but I feel like if you're in the mood from skateboarding, I think you should go for that. Since your surname is Sakuma, I'd say that's the most likely possibility. Here, hold up your hand. Block the light for me. What's Sakuma got to do with it? Even as I think this to myself, I'm already reaching out to unfold her small, cold hand of mine. That odd flowing sensation revives within me. A restless current, which seems to be drawn towards something, but without the searing pain from before. Ooh. Oh, is that a duck? Is that cute? In Hatsuyuki's hands, specks of light emerge from nowhere. They flicker briefly, and as if needed by an invisible force, they condense into a little bird that glows with a faint blue light. Duck? Ducko? Is she doing magic right now? The young bird's downy gray feathers graze against my fingertips, leaving an airy wisp of warmth. It perches on Hatsuyuki's palm, head cocked to the side, looking very much like a duck. Is that a swan? I've never seen a baby swan. I guess I'd look like a duck. I guess that's kind of how the whole ugly duckling story went in the first place, because it looked like a duck in the beginning. When I finally managed to stutter out those words, Hatsuyuki burst into uncontrollable laughter, her shoulders heaving with mirth. In the blink of an eye, the little bird dissolves back into specks of light and fades with her chuckles. It's a duck, just a duck. But the point is, that's how it feels, isn't it? Something is about to burst out from within you, and you have strange visions. Yes? Right. We still got some time before the food comes, so I'll tell you a thing or two. Oh, okay, we're learning. We're already learning. What you bear is an inborn talent. The gods generously bestow their dregs upon the lucky few, so we gain a sliver of power. Power that was never truly ours to wield. Who can say if it's a blessing or a curse? But it invariably grants us some special abilities, and, of course, it's passed down through the bloodline. That part isn't great. I'm not sure what exact terminology is used in Japan, but anyway, just think of it as sorcery, onmyodo, or Shinto magic, that kind of thing. Is Hatsuyuki not from Japan? According to most, let's call them mages. According to most mages, there's two kinds of magic. One kind can be wielded by mages through study, though it still involves some simple rituals. The other is a unique magic, born from the fusion of oneself with those dregs. It's known as a talent. Even within a single family, no two people share the same talent. I don't know what your talent is, but it's best to keep that to yourself. And that's because most mages have a strict taboo against magic that deals with the soul, or life, and death. If everyone were to treat life and death so carelessly, the world would be thrown into chaos. This kind of magic also takes a tremendous toll on the body. My point is, keep your secrets, even from me. If the burden upon your body, or here... Hatsuyuki lifts a hand and taps her temple. Becomes too great, a mage's flesh will gradually mutate into a more primitive state, until they transform into a monster, mindless and deaf. So if we go too hard on our magic, we turn into a monster. Okay. Most call this process reversion, and so far, there seems to be no way to undo it. I like how cute and nonchalant the music is here. We go from this backstory of like magic, you might die, reversion, all this stuff, to nice silly cafe. Brings you back to the moment, I guess. You mentioned earlier that I'm named Sakuma. So that's why you brought it up? Just like I carry the name... I'm sorry, I can't sorry, is this Russian now? Baryakinskaya. The Sakuma family is renowned in Japan too, after all. When we first met, you were just an ordinary person. I never expected it to turn out like this. Maybe it was that accident. I failed to protect everyone. Ooh, was it not just a normal accident? Interesting. Hatsuyuki's voice gradually lowers, and her expression clouds. Her fingers twist together. Accidents can't be predicted. That's just how they are. The waiter arrives with the tray and starts to arrange the dishes before us. Only then does this transient space of ours awaken from its heavy silence. Of course, Pat Raven. I just got the Steam notification. Is now playing Lord of the Rings Online. Of course he is. Of course you are. I didn't even know that it was a game. Of course he's playing it. Tolkien peeled, one ring maxing. The sandwich exudes just the right amount of heat, and the wheaten aroma of the toast mingles evenly with the fragrance of the scrambled eggs and steak. Wait, scrambled eggs and steak? That sounds good. Combined with the lettuce sprinkled with sauce, it all sparks a rare thought within me. That seems worth a try. Wait, is that all on a sandwich? What is it? What are we eating? Before Hatsuyuki sits a plate of cognac, drizzled with black syrup. She frowns as she struggles to swallow an entire piece. She once said that she hates this sort of thing, since it's like biting into a limp and slimy slug. I might be making my doubts too apparent. After catching her breathe with a gulp of gulp of lemonade. I got it. I got it in the end. Hatsuyuki begins to speak, uncharacteristically hesitant. Look how cute her sprite is. I love that expression. Don't give me that look. I need to keep in shape these days. I don't want to have to adjust my costume later. How do you like the food here? Well, my tongue's having a pretty good time. Is that so? Good. Oh, right. Tomorrow, do you want to go check out the theater Kazuya booked for our performance? We can try setting up on stage. Who knows? It might help set the mood. And satisfy curiosity? And satisfy my curiosity. I'm still drinking my soda, but Hatsuyuki forces down the plate of cognac, settles the bill, and thrusts her hand out the door to catch the falling snowflakes. She's always had impeccable table manners. My cognac must have really put her off. Why'd you order that? Maybe she's testing herself. I guess just it's supposed to be healthy? I pull on my coat, doing up the buttons as I pass through the motley crowd loitering the cafe. Until a strangely familiar figure brings my feet to a standstill. Still. It's a girl clad in an ornate gown, expressionlessly sipping her drink. The red and gold flare of her skirt reminds me of a fish gliding through dark water. Is this the sister? Oh! That's my kind of table. Her table is laden with dishes, and a maid stands next to her, slicing the food. The girl's back remains fastidiously straight. Even her spoon swirls through the coffee without a sound. But then those golden eyes turn in my direction. A shiver runs through me, like a serpent just clamped down on my neck. Snapping back to myself, I flee. I shove open the cafe door and put its bulk behind me and her gaze. What's up? Why the rush? Nothing. We should get back. Hatsuyuki saunters down the street with me in tow. The sky has darkened, and a thin layer of snow carpets the ground, already melting in the warm air issuing from the storefronts, and then freezing again to form slick ice beneath our feet. Around the corner, a simple udon stall sits at the mouth of the alley. A rich scent of oil and soy sauce bubbles forth. It brings some touch of life to the otherwise deserted alleyway. Even from this distance, I can hear the drunken hubbub of the stall. Chief, can you keep it down? What, so that bastard can dump this hot potato in my lap and I can't say a damn thing about it? How's that even supposed to work? He claims he's got no connections, so he thinks I've got enough to deal with that old fox's tricks? But we don't have any choice. Shibata-kun, as soon as something comes up, you're always cringing with your tail between your legs. Knock it off. Though, it's not like I can handle this either. Tell me, what the hell does he want from us? The kid refuses to go home. What am I supposed to do? Break his legs, drag him back? What a shit show. Guess I've got to put up with it. Chief, please, it's enough. Huh? The inebriated woman swivels suddenly, like she has the eyes in the back of her head, and shoots a glance right at us. And then she gives the young man next to her a hard smack on the shoulder. Chief! Whatever, just eat your noodles. By the time we skirt around those two drunkards and make our way back to the lodgings, night has fully descended. Water, hold on. Ahead of me, Hatsuyuki nudges the door ajar. Then, like a squirrel, she slips through the narrow gap. Warm air billows out from within, and a faint tingling ache slowly returns to my cheeks, numb from the cold wind. It's pitch black indoors. I can hear scattered rustling sounds. Why are all the lights out? Hatsuyuki and I are back. Where's everyone else? 1, 2... Whoa! Welcome home, Sakuma-kun! Aw, are we having a party now? That's cute. Golden flakes and colorful ribbons cascade from above, accompanied by a clicking of a light switch. Pyon Pyon, hello, Mocha! Hello! Troop members pop out of hiding in every corner of the first floor, like mushrooms after rain. Their hands still dusted with flexible. Mocha, can you do me a favor? Can you click on the channel points thingy? And can you hit the, it's called check-in. Can you hit the check-in redeem and tell me if it works? I keep breaking it. I think I might have fixed it, but I need someone else who hasn't done it yet today. Alright, there we go. It popped up on the screen. We got it. We got this. It's working now. I think I've... Oh, the sound's not working for it. There is supposed to be sound for it. Well, we'll deal with the sound later. That's gonna be another time. But the visuals work. There was a sound for... Oh. That is very helpful, actually. I know how to fix that. Okay, cool. I should be able to hear the next time. Seizing the moment, Hatsuyuki swiftly wraps her arm around my shoulders, leaving me with no chance to dodge the ensuing flurry of embraces. You guys, what's going on here? Of course we're celebrating the grand finale of our Emerald Eye Troops National Tour, Tokyo. Sure, we ran into some delays this year and didn't get to schedule any shows, but from Kyoto to Nagoya, to Osaka to Tokyo. Oh, and all those little towns in between? We've been going strong for 2 whole years. It's been rough. Do you remember our BGM conversation? Which one? No, maybe? Jog my memory? Yes, no, I remember now. I do remember now, actually. I had to say words to stall as my brain was thinking. You got a little overboard? Heck yeah! There's nothing wrong with that. And you're now reaping the consequences. Oh, no, wait, no. No, it's fine. Abaratani-kun and I spent the whole day unpacking and settling in before we could even think of pulling this off. And wow, our costumes won't even fit inside our 2 huge wardrobes now. Who would have thought? Everything Moliere to Shakespeare, but we didn't notice at the time. It's only when you start taking stock of all the costumes and props that it really hits ya. And there's more! Oh right, we're also celebrating that our Fool's Feast has already sold. How many tickets was it again? It's a full house. 800 seats plus the VIP boxes on the balcony. That's right, our opening night. Even after laying low for nearly a year, people still remember us. Sort through 1,379 tracks? Yeah, at that point, just put it in a playlist and hit random. Put it all in a playlist and just hit random. No sorting. Doesn't need to fit the mood. Just random music. YOLO it. Naniwa's brilliant voice practically drills through my eardrums and into my skull. I curse myself for not having 2 extra hands to shield my ears against the onslaught of sound waves. The onslaught of sound waves. Love that. Enough of that. And there seems to be loyal fans of the troupe visiting from elsewhere. They've come all this way just to see the performance. It's all thanks to our leader and everyone. And of course, Sakuma-kun especially. Or else we wouldn't be doing this well. Guys, that's enough. No, the blushies! You can't do that. You go from 8-bit jam to little circus music. I'll have you know, that's what every single playlist that I have sounds like. It just goes from one genre to the other. No, like, buffer in between. We just jump between. Why are my eyes so red? All the better to see you with? That's how you handle your music work track? Exactly! We don't need music to go with the vibes or around a theme. No. Music, you just want to go random. You want to go from... You want to have some Mozart? You want to go from Mozart to like 50 Cent to like some Robert Johnson to like some Aerosmith to like some Hatsune Miku to like some like Idol, like some, let's do some Hololive Idol music. Then we want to get some, well, we want to get some power metal in there. We're going to get some Glory Hammer in there. What else exists? Well, just tons of Hatsune Miku music, just tons of that. You really need a lot of that. Some classic Motown. Let's just throw in a bunch of like, I don't know, sea shanties? Back to back? I just love the blush. And then like, just everyone's expressions in the background. Who's this? They already seem like they have a lot of character. With the tongue sticking out. Oh, I can't. It doesn't give me the option to say. It doesn't give me the option to fix that. Angry rock, lo-fi, Miku, angst metal, all the way to Soviet national anthem. What? What? That is a variety. Who saw Hatsuko? Oh, what's the matter? Could it be our hotshot leading man who sells out entire theaters is shy about being so popular? Don't you join in too? But of course, who can resist this awkward look of Kotori's? When he's obviously over the moon but thinks it's uncool to get excited about compliments? Hatsuyuki lays bare my exact thoughts with a grin, and as Kazuya and the others laugh, the heat rising to my face might be enough to steam me alive. Alright, cake is ready. I'm not late, am I? You're all in such a good mood. What are you chatting about? Meiko-san, you've gone into Western desserts now, on top of all the Japanese cooking? Since when? This cake, it can't be. Yo, is there strawberries on it? I see it now. I learned from the cafe owner next door. A celebration needs something special. You like this flavor, don't you? So is Michael the one on the right holding the cake? Then who's on the left there? So Nani was on... So in the group in the front here, Nani was on the left? Who's the top... The top right, top left is... I forgot the other name they said already. Oh, and then... Okay, so then... Naniwa. And then we got Matsuo-kun in the back, sneaking the bite. Oh, I see now. Okay. Before you get into that, Matsuo-kun's sneaking a bite. I saw him. Huh? I'm just sampling the flavor. Came out great. You guys, cut it out. I haven't even had any yet. After a whirlwind of chaos, all that remains is an empty plate and cutlery smeared with cream. One by one, Kazuya persuades everybody to return to the room since it's getting late. Ah! Wrong button. Oh, I might as well save. The first floor, so lively a while ago, now hosts only Hatsuyuki and me, along with the scattered remnants of gold flakes, ribbon, and confetti. Reading is hard. Every iota of strength I had drains from my body. My eyelids are so heavy that they can barely stay open. I'm so tired. It's gonna be such a hassle cleaning up. Who's cleaning? Wait, who's cleaning? Who's in charge of cleaning? Can't we just like hire someone to clean? Hatsuyuki chuckles when she hears this. Well, it's a celebration after all. It was Naniwa's idea, so leave the cleanup to him. What matters is that we all had fun. She skips light-footed up the stairs, then whirls back. Wreathed by the lights, she waves at me. Is this my training arc for when I make my own VN? Yeah! Yeah! I'll make one. I want to make one. I need to sit down and actually pick an idea and write it, though. Although I am keeping... I really love when games do like creative stuff like the UI, like when we were on the... You didn't see it earlier, but there was like cool stuff when we had to make choices. And they kind of... When we have these little cutaways here with a different art style, I really like that. Does that imply you can code? No, but I can learn! I could learn! And it's easier to learn when I have a project in mind. Yep. Plus, like... There's different programs that make it a lot easier. You still have to do some coding, but it's a little easier. I'll learn one day. One day. One day. One day. One day. One day. I'll make my... What was it called? Stallmates. My cosmic horror VN about... friendship or romance with your bathroom stallmate. Okay, I still need to have a chat with Kazuya. It's been a long day. You'd better get some rest, superstar. We still got that theater trip tomorrow. Ooh, sleepy. Eyes closing, I like that. I really am exhausted. Back in my room, I can't even be bothered to wash up and get changed properly. Almost as soon as my head sinks into the pillow, into the soft bedding, sleep engulfs my eyes. Perhaps because so much happened today, my sleep is flooded with a dizzying array of fragmented dreams. Kimi can code? Oh, speaking of, I still have this open. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Caught in your web. I wasn't joking. I want to play this. I want to play your game. Bam. Eldritch Bathroom VN sounds fast. I wish I don't remember what game I was. I fleshed it all out. I fleshed it all out on stream with chat once. Well, I fleshed it mostly out. You in the bathroom? It might be. No, I actually. What was the plot? I said it was because we went to the bathroom and we didn't have any friends. We didn't have any friends. Okay. Here's my plot. At school, no friends. And embarrassed to sit in the cafeteria by yourself, you go to the bathroom and you eat in the bathroom in the stall, just in the stall, chomping up your food by yourself. But you're kind of sad and you're sniffling, and someone like slides, like someone must have been in the stall next to you and slides some like tissue paper, and you take it, and then you just over every day you slowly kind of start sharing snacks, but you're not. There's no talking, or at least only you talking. It's just silence. But they every so often they might tap or the wall or something. And finally, one day, you're just like, let me check this out. And you look down and you see no feet. And then you start slowly being like, wait a minute. And things come up and then finally, I don't know. I don't remember if it got exactly to the end. It's been a while since I talked about that. I wrote it down somewhere. Bathroom horror. There's only one square left and you need to use both sides. one urinal. You don't have, like, a massive dot of scattered ideas to pick at whenever you have to... I do have a bunch of different ideas, too, but that was the one I started talking about on stream. I've kinda wanted to make writing it a stream thing one day. One square of toilet paper. No! 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 That's really horror! I think that was part of it. I think at some point the stall next to you gives toilet paper, actually. I have to find my notes. I wrote that note down. Your ideas live for free. I just come up with them on the fly. Alright, back to this game. Back to the game I'm reading. Perhaps because so much happened today, my sleep is flooded with a dizzying array of fragmented dreams. When I next open my eyes, the room is still shrouded in darkness. My body feels like lead, and a sharp, sour taste clings to the back of my tongue. I'm so thirsty. What time is it? I switch on the bedside lamp. The warm glow of the bulb sheds a dim amber light across the room. The desk clock emits a steady, mechanical ticking. In the faint light, I can make out the hour hand pointing to 11. I shut my eyes and try to will myself back to sleep. But my mind only grows more and more alert, and every sense sharpens with it. My ears are flooded with the sounds of the wind, the clockwork, and my own heavy breathing. Noises that I would normally overlook now echo through me like roaring thunder. Can't sleep. Might as well get some air. The troupe is dead silent at night. I gently close my door, treading carefully across the carpet. I wander idly through the still unfamiliar building, by the ashen moonlight streaming in from the windows. My room, Hatsuyuki's, and Kazuya's are on the second floor. Amuro-sensei is on the other side of the corridor, though they seldom stay over. It's probably gathering dust right now. Looking down over the corridor banister, I can see the reception hall and Kazuya's office. Opposite the office are the dressing room and rehearsal room. One of those photos, those paintings in the background there, one kind of looks like a staircase going up. One looks like maybe like 2 swans or 2 ducks or 2 birds or something. Maybe a mountaintop. I can't tell what the green one is. The one on the left there? I don't know. A Sasiamogus? I don't know. You have tons of notebooks full of Mega Man and Final Fantasy fic. I wish I actually read. I have all my thoughts in my head. Oh, the sound! I heard it! There it is. I also want to change the sounds. Once read a few scenes of Lord of the Rings gay fic? Between who? The third floor houses the other members. Every door is shut tight, as if the occupants are already deep in slumber. Posture check. Oh, yeah. Wow, I am very, very shrimpy right now. Hydrate. Hydrate. Let's drink some water, not boba tea for once. The window at the end of the corridor looks out upon the late-night streets of Ginza. There's no sight or sound of humans, only the gas lamps and the stars, shimmering together in soft hues. I tiptoe down the corridor, tiptoe through the tulips. And as I pass one of the rooms, the murmur of voices brushes against my ears. I did eat something today. I tried to throw it up when I got back, but I just can't get it out clean. Is that Hatsuyuki? So yeah, anyone that has been here, I tagged it in the top of the chat and other stuff, but this is gonna have some horror stuff in it, in other content. So yeah, potentially triggering content. Do you think it'd be better to cut it open and clean it out? The person answering her seems to be standing further away. Their voice is too muffled to make out. Have you gotten any better at this? The stitching last time was a real mess. I could even feel it through the clothes. But it's my fault too. The more times it's cut open, the harder it is to sew it back together. Usually I can empty things out just fine. I don't know what I did wrong today. Is she like a zombie? A doll? But are you too tired for this? It's winter, so it'll be a while before things start rotting. That should be fine, right? What are they talking about? I take an instinctive step back. The floor creaks behind me. Who's there? Oh, we run back. Footsteps approach. I turn and flee. No time to worry about the noise. All I want is to get back to my room as fast as I can. My ears are ringing from the sprint, which drowns out any sound of the door opening and closing. It's only back in my room that I realize I'm gasping for— oh my god! That high-pitched sound in the background. Ah, god. Yeah, that really— well, it's kind of painful, but it really forces the tension, the stress. Not in a bad way. I mean, it works really good. It's just like a specific pitch that just drills through my skull. I can't go back out there. I lie back on the bed and study my breathing, but my mind can't help circling back to the words I overheard. Is Hatsuyuki sick? Only allowed an hour of electronics a day? You had to make do with analog? Filling the notebooks with your Mega Man fanfic? Smog and Bilbo? Oh, so Smog and Bilbo? So we got Hobbit. We got some Hobbit fic here. Oh, yeah, earlier today's stream, this morning's stream, I said I was gonna go read my Hobbit book, and I can't find it. I found The Lord of the Rings, but I cannot find my copy of The Hobbit, and I'm really upset, actually. I had, it's a small one with, a leather bound, and I used to carry that with me, everywhere. It always used to be in my bag. But it's been, a bunch of years, and I don't know where it is now. And I want to read it again, so I'm gonna have to buy, a new copy. I just probably won't be able to get the same edition, which is unfortunate. Do I have a Christmas? No. I have, never, I've not seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies. I've only seen the first one entirety. Padawan is obsessed right now with Lord of the Rings. He is Tolkien-pilled, One Ring maxing at the moment. I need to watch it! I know! The Hobbit's my favorite book, though. The Hobbit is my all-time favorite book. Love that book. I've read it so many times. Alright, back to the game. Distractions. I need to get as much of this game done. Well, if I don't finish it and I get to a good halfway point, I can finish the demo on another day. You didn't say— oh no, I didn't like the Hobbit movies. I watched the first one. No, I watched the first two. I didn't bother seeing the third one because I love the book so much that I couldn't deal with the movies. They somehow managed to stretch the book. They added so much stuff and stretched the book out to make it 3 movies, while at the same time taking out one of my favorite scenes. So I couldn't handle it. You've been threatened so many times by nerd friends to watch what, Lord of the Rings? I want to watch it. I know I'd love it. Padawan's been watching it a lot lately, and I get what's my favorite scene? I like the stuff with the spiders in the forest. No, the spiders? Well, when they're in the forest around that area, in that time period, I mean, the spiders and the elves and stuff. But they just didn't do it the right way. I think they kind of just breathed through it. I just remember being upset. I don't even remember what's in the movies. Wait, no, distractions. I can't stream too late today. Before I can make sense of anything, sleep, summoned by all this exertion, claims me once more. Just before it takes me under, I think, no matter what, I have to apologize to her tomorrow. A dreamless night passes. When I wake, it's already broad daylight outside. I tidy myself up and head downstairs. Kazuya and Hatsuyuki are already up, on the first floor. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Ah, our sleeping beauty finally awake? We were just talking about you. Good morning, Kotori. What, were you two talking about me? We were wondering if we should get breakfast together, but Kazuya's such a busy guy, I couldn't talk him into it. Yes, there's an investor coming today, so I might be tied up with that this morning. Hatsuyuki shakes her head regretfully, then makes her way behind me and gives a little shove. Looks like it'll be just the two of us then. Oh, there she is. By the time we get to the cafe, it's well into the morning. You can just tell they're siblings. They have the same expression, same bangs. If I didn't know they were related, this would make it very obvious. By the time we get to the cafe, it's well into the morning. There's already a few tables occupied. The girl I saw yesterday is still seated in the same spot next to the window, her head slightly lowered as she sips her soup in silence. I force down my budding unease and find a spot to sit with Hatsuyuki. There's a partition adorned with greenery which blocks the view, making me feel somewhat better. They have the same angsty anime super long middle bang. Yeah, they do! Hatsuyuki calls over a server and orders a cup of hot milk. I still don't have much of an appetite, so I just ask for a croissant. Something on your mind? I couldn't sleep last night. Hatsuyuki adopts the theatrical look of dawning revelation. After the waiter sets down our food and walks away, she knits her brow and lowers her voice. So that was you. This might be a problem. What kind of problem? Are you sick? Or is it that thing you mentioned? Magic? Spells? Oh dear, I'm just kidding. It's no big deal. I'm in good health. Let a girl have her little secrets. She picks up her cup and takes a sip. Though her face is wan, her demeanor still brims with vigor. Did I interrupt you two? You could say that. It was quite the shock. Sorry. Hatsuyuki sets down her cup, stroking her chin with a mock-serious air. To make amends, how about you go to Yokohama with me to see the flowers after the performance? I hear they've opened a new park over there. You and Kazuya both need to take a break sometime in spring. It's settled then. Alright, eat up, before your food gets soggy. Don't rush me. I'm gonna choke. Is this dead childhood friend? No, she just said she's perfectly healthy. She just said she's perfectly healthy. And I trust her. We finish our meal, and just as we leave the cafe, a car pulls up to the alley entrance. A young man gets out of the car, shakes open a black umbrella, then bends down to open the back door. A long-haired man draped in a haori steps out of the car. The umbrella shields him from the swirling snow, and even as he is escorted into the alley, his shaking scarlet figure stands out stark against a sea of gray. My gaze lingers on his back. When the face comes into view, even for a fleeting glance, I can't help but freeze. Who is he? What was that? Nothing. Let's go. Hey, his ears are pointy. His ears are pointy. The theater reserved for the premiere isn't large, but its decor is surprisingly exquisite. Hepa! You two are members of Emerald Eye, right? Are you here to check on the auditorium setup? Setup? Mochizuki-san has rented a small auditorium here for rehearsing on a long-term basis. It's been set up as a request. I can show you two around now. How is he paying for all this? Are we free to use it? Of course. Please follow me. We follow the theater staff down a hallway carpeted in red wool, finally stopping before a massive door of black walnut. Oh, is this the staff member? We just get like a silhouette? That's cool. The door stands ajar. It takes the staff member some effort to pull it all the way open, revealing a sizable thrust stage. The grand drapes are drawn, exposing the set behind. Several crew members are adjusting the lighting. Just as our guide said, this place is ready for use. The sparkles! The sparkles! Hatsuyuki stares briefly at the stage, then turns around. She's silhouetted against the lamplight. Her eyes gleam from the shadows. Sparkles! Sparkles! Yes. Now this doesn't happen every day. How about we give it a go? In the blink of an eye, Hatsuyuki whips out 2 scripts as if by magic. She tucks one into my arms, and I feel an answering twinge of eagerness. Ever since the accident, Kazuya's insisted on my recuperation. It's only in the rehearsal rooms that I regain any sense of being an actor. If I were a lame cat trying to act tough, what would my catchphrase be? Hey, it's me, the lame cat, and I'm very tough. I think that's my catchphrase. Hey, it's me, I'm super tough. Roar! Meow! Kind of like a I don't have to act tough, I am tough. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to act tough because I am tough, you know? It's so hard to pretend I'm something I'm not. Leaf. But faced with the real stage, however, I feign nonchalance. There's no deceiving myself. I can't pretend I have no desire to stand upon it. You be the mean, you get the bean? What kind of bean? Toe beans? Cat toe beans? Like a slap? Schmack? Well then, let's try it. I like this, like, when we were rehearsing earlier and they did this too. This is cool. Why oh why? What I wish to write, what I wish to write, what I long to say, that is all that matters. Nothing else, no worldly concerns should hobble my steps. Sensei, are you there? I brought you some rice. You haven't been to class lately. The students are all worried, so I came to check on you. Is everything alright? Why didn't the others come? They have household chores to attend to. I haven't fully recovered from my illness yet, and I'm not needed at home. I figured I'd come see you. But if I can but silence her, peaceful days will be mine once more. For a time. Time. Precious time. I simply need to make it an accident. In that case, come in. Did anyone see you? The spotlight falls on Hatsuyuki. She opens her mouth, but no sound comes out. It's her line next. Why isn't she speaking? In the stifling, frozen silence, my unease grows. I hear the crew muttering. Hatsuyuki? Ooh! The instant I say her name, her body sways. Then she collapses heavily onto the stage, landing with a dull thud. What's wrong? Are you okay? My mind explodes in tumult. I practically trip over myself, scrambling to her side. She lies quietly on the cold, dusty floor, her cheeks smudged with a trace of grayish powder. No matter how I shake her, there's no hint or response. Hello, Bones! I reach out a trembling hand. Holding my breath, I gently bring it close to her nose. She's not breathing. I push my nerveless hand against her chest and press up and down, again and again. It has to work. She'll be fine after this. That's what they all say. I press until my hair tumbles over my eyes, until fine beads of sweat ooze from my forehead. Hatsuyuki opens her mouth and lets out a soft sigh. I knew it. I knew it'd work. Thank goodness. Hatsuki, don't scare me like that. Please, wake up. Wake up. Stiffly, I pressed my ear against her chest. There's no pulse of life, only coldness and decay, and a cloying sweetness wafting from her collar like rotten fruit. This has to be a joke. Just a joke. It can't be. No. You were just talking. Don't tease me. What's wrong? Are you mad at me? Hatsuyuki's lips are parted, unspeaking. I stare at her face. What changes have I missed in the past minute? The past half hour? The past day? Her eyes are wide open, usually an adorable sight. But now those unblinking, glassy eyes fill me with a terror that drenches me in cold sweat. I can't look directly at them. How absurd everything suddenly is now. How ridiculous. We ate together, made plans to look at flowers in Yokohama, and were enthusiastically performing just minutes ago. How can someone just die like this? Like, every color is drained away in the blink of an eye, leaving behind nothing but a pale, empty shell. Where did she go? There's so much noise behind me. After a while, it occurs to me that the crew is screaming. Someone pulls me away. I tumble to the ground. It doesn't even hurt. Hey, watch out! Something's wrong. Call Kazematsura-san. The stage lights shine down upon her. White light enshrouding white corpse. White light enshrouding white corpse. The white corpse? I think it's missing a word. White dust drifting in the air. The uniformed people close in around the body, and the glassy green eye peers through the gap in the crowd, staring straight in my direction. It's such the art here? That's so good. Looking through the crowd. Nice. Suddenly, it shifts. I blink my dry eyes and finally see. In the shadows, amidst the dust in the light, lurks a green-eyed monster. Is there a high text? I don't think so. Actually... I don't think so. The screenshot button. Hide the user interface. Nope. That's just this. You can't see behind me. It hides the menus. Toggles dialog skipping. Dang. I love when games have that option to hide it to see the full screen though. I'm sure, well, it's not in this demo, but there is a screen for probably seeing the full art for things. The CG menu. Right click and escape brings up the menu. The monster ripples outwards, flowing across the stage. The monster looks at me. It crouches over Hatsuyuki's body, like a soul untethered from flesh. Fetus bursting... I'm sorry, that's the line. Fetus bursting from the womb. Have I tried getting good? I've been trying my whole life, and I'm not making good progress. I've seen it before in the mirror. The white feathered monster. Ooh. July 5th. I missed it. Okay. Opening cutscene. What is happening? Are we flashing through memories right now? January 5th. Oh god, it's going so fast. I can't read the dates. Interesting. So I think this is supposed to be the uncle and the sister? Actually, hold on. Let me go with the title. I saved. Gallery. Okay, I'm assuming it's in the gallery. What, in the full game? When the full game comes out, I'm sure it'll be in the gallery. How very impolite of you, Mochizuki-kun. I merely came to imply— wait, who? I don't know who's talking right now. Maybe the guy on the left? I merely came to inquire how the boy is doing. I never imagined matters would take such a hazardous turn. Alas, now that it's come to this, I can only offer my sincerest apologies. You. Has your wound split open? The youngsters are so reckless with their health. I'd appreciate you keeping this meeting between us, Mochizuki-kun. After all, when it comes to family, it's only natural to get a little carried away. Wouldn't you agree? You drove Kotori away years ago. He doesn't remember a thing now. Why are you still— Why, Mochizuki-kun? You ought to understand the reason better than I do. One more thing. I rather suspect that my dear Kotori remains unaware of whatever you and Miss Baryakitskaya have been keeping from him. It's so hard to say. Am I right? How do you know that? Minoru-san, the snow has stopped. My, look at the time. Well then, let us draw this little encounter to a close. I like it as it goes up and down, as it shifts from the on the top to the bottom art. That's really cool. I've noticed this game has a lot of really cool like motion. Mochizuki-kun, if you would be so kind to inform your teacher that I would very much like a word with them in the coming days. Preferably sooner rather than later. Come along, Serena. Who is it talking now? So many stitches. My, this is quite something. The skin seems partly translucent. And what's this? They laid on that powder really thick. It's pretty well preserved. I've never seen a spell like this before. A fine piece of work. Well, since it could go on stage, I guess with enough makeup it looks just like a living person. No wonder you called me in. Good job remembering to evacuate the civilians this time. This time? Declare it a medical emergency, whatever works. Where's the person who came in with it? Did you get a rundown yet? Still no response. Come on, did it really scare him out of his wits? Hey, look up. Oh, are these the people? Are these the police that we saw drunk before at the stand? An acute jolt of pain spreads across my jaw. The chin tilt up? Nice. But it's nothing. Nothing compared to the dying agonies that Hatsuyuki endured as she lay there. If I'd noticed earlier, would everything be different? Anguish engulfs me, smothering me, rising from the depths of my dried-out eyes. My mind restlessly chews through my memories, spitting out scraps of details I once missed. If only we'd gone to the hospital earlier, gone back to rest earlier, only... Somebody is speaking. The sound grates like a ringing in my ears. Hey, can you hear me? Hello, sir? Oh, the ringing! That's what the term is, the ringing! Gah! Why, I thought I was supposed to have some magic talent. Why could I only watch her die right before my eyes? Something so useless, utterly useless. Was it because of that monster? It followed me here and killed Hatsuyuki, and I did nothing but lead it to its prey. I've had enough of this. Ignore me, will you? Snap out of it! Smack? Are we gonna do a smack here? Ooh. What was that? Ooh. Magic? A gust of wind pierces sharply through the side of my neck, then dissipates, leaving behind an icy sting and a damp sensation spreading across my skin. So not a smack, but magic attack? Snap back to the reality? Oop, there goes gravity. Mom spaghetti? My nerves, trembling from the narrow escape, pull me back to the very reality I refuse to face. I look up and see her familiar face. It's the woman who I saw stinking drunk at the udon stall last night. She's standing before me now, arms crossed, gazing at me with obvious displeasure. At the sight of my face, she briefly falters and her brows draw together, but she swiftly regains that impatient expression. Huh, so is you. Me? She doesn't seem to be bothered by the conversation we overheard last night. She just turns again to glance towards the crowds of uniformed police, all huddled around Hatsuyuki. Last night, I remember you and that girl, right? The one lying there? That deceased? You two were close, weren't you? Do you know if there was, anything going on with her recently? Any illnesses or unusual relationships? Or just anything out of the ordinary that happened to her? A sticky, acrid bitterness spreads across my tongue. I could rake through every remaining memory in my amnesia-ridden brain and turn up nothing. Hatsuyuki is the same girl I've always known. I don't know anything. Sorry. The woman's eyes crinkle. Her expression softens as she sits down next to me. Feeling nervous? It's okay. I'm just here to get a sense of the situation. Lots of crime scene witnesses don't realize anything that they might have seen could be useful. It's probably the same with you. She might be right. But my instincts keep going back to the monster. The one that seemed to be born from Hatsuyuki's corpse. It must have had something to do with her death, along with what I overheard last night, but I don't know how to bring it up. Is that like Hatsuyuki's soul, maybe? I don't know. The woman seems to sense my inner turmoil. She offers a reassuring smile, but it feels a little out of place. Now, I'll ask. You'll answer. Fair enough? I'd like you to be honest with me. I'm Kaze Matsuru, Itsuru Kazumatsuru, Special Investigation Division. And you are? Always helps to know who I'm talking to. Otore Sakuma. Special Investigation Division? I'm not surprised you haven't heard of us. Know anything about parapsychology? I've heard of a society run by professors from the Imperial University doing research on extrasensory perception. Close enough. There's certain incidents that current knowledge, or should I say, technology, can't quite explain. Those fall under our jurisdiction. Of course, as an ordinary civilian, you've got nothing to worry about. We just have our own methods, which it's best not to make public knowledge. In a city as busy as Tokyo, any secret that gets out makes its way across the city in a few days. Parapsychology? Does ring a bell. I hear there's a group of scholars fervently devoted to Western theories, trying to replicate telepathy and clairvoyance. Still, for the police to establish a department like this, does that have anything to do with the magic users Hatsuyuki mentioned? No, I can't dwell on this right now. That monster might be. Alright, what do you want to know? In that case, I'll cut to the chase. From your point of view, over the past, let's say 6 months, would you say that deceased displayed no major changes compared to today? Seemed to behave normally? Never fell seriously ill, and so on? Yes? Was there anyone she met with regularly? I mean, one-on-one. Family, friends, doctors, anyone at all? I rack my brain, but all that occurs to me is that, outside of performances, Hatsuyuki spent almost the entire past year with the troupe. Your everything hurts? Have a good night, doll! I hope you feel better. Enjoy your comfy bed. Good night! For some reason, Hatsuyuki and the others all seldom went out. No, except for Kazuyami? And maybe Amuro-sensei? Are they all zombies? Is like no one alive except for him? Did everyone die in the accident except for him? We'll see, I guess. We'll see. We'll learn. She hardly ever left the troop, where she was mostly with me or our mutual friend. I rarely saw her approach anyone else on her own. You leave? See ya, Z! Seems like the supply was pretty stable. So did anything unusual happen in the few days? Bold of me to assume he's alive. Actually, fair. Very fair. Did she do or say anything out of the ordinary? Of course, it's fine if not. Last night at dinner, she ate something she normally dislikes. Despite saying this, I honestly can't be certain. Hatsuyuki and I were very close this past year as I dealt with my amnesia, but like most friends who see each other regularly, we didn't actually have meals often. We only occasionally mentioned our food preferences in passing. Only now, confronted with the situation, do I realize how much of a fool I've been. I see. Alright then. That covers the basics. Now, we'll get into some questions related to the special nature of the division. It might give you a scare, but there's no time to ease you into things. You don't know what's going on with the corpse, do you? Her lips move, parting and closing, slicing the words into shards that drive themselves into my ears, steady and restless. If I'm not mistaken, she's been dead for quite some time. It's still unclear what could sustain a corpse's activity for this long, with next to no decay. We've had to hold off on a closer examination until we can bring the body back. But how? Ever since I first met Hatsuyuki, she's always been the same. With me, with everyone else. How could she have been dead this whole time? How indeed? How indeed? My voice is on the verge of cracking, but Kaze Matsuru just arches an eyebrow. She seemed just like everyone else for a long time. She spoke and she smiled, vibrant down to the smallest details. Isn't that right? I've dealt with a few similar cases. It's rare, but not impossible. You might want to ask that mutual friend of yours if something happened to her when you weren't around. Her body shows extensive blunt force injury and numerous suture scars, like she's been pieced together. Some of the wounds have been stitched multiple times. The surrounding muscle and skin is severely damaged. Specifically, from here to there. Kazematsuru reaches out, tracing a line from my shoulder down to my knee, until her hand finally presses against my spasming stomach. I try to swallow, but find my throat scorched dry. It throbs with a deep-seated, knife-sharp pain. Kazumatsuru's eyes meet mine. I see my own reflection, frozen stiff in her calm pink gaze. Eyes wide open and staring, expression blank. Picture of utter absurdity. I haven't gotten my question, but it looks like you've got something on your mind. Well, out with it. You want to know why your friend ended up like this, don't you? Spit it out. It might open us up for another lead. I open my mouth. My voice comes out hoarser than I realize. Who did this to her? And more than that, who could get Hatsuyuki to cover for them? I overheard Hatsuyuki at our place last night. She was complaining about having to cut something out to take it out. Was it something we ate together yesterday? Probably. A living corpse doesn't have functioning organs. The food scraps just rot away in the stomach. And you're hesitating. Anything else? When Hatsuyuki collapsed, I also saw a white monster. Where's that meme? Where's that meme? Where's that meme? No, it's on my phone. Dang it. Dang it. A white monster? A white monster with wings. Its head unfolding like a lily. Kazumatsuru's expression of... Ooh, that face! Expression abruptly transforms. Her bright eyes pin me to the spot, like a serpent locking onto its prey. Okay, last question. As Kazumatsuru speaks, she switches back to the look of mild impatience, like the spasm of emotion just now was nothing but imagination. That was supposed to be the part where I squeeze a confession out of you, but forget it. Do you know who you've rubbed the wrong way? What? When it comes to the cases we've dealt with, I don't generally explain all this nonsense to the people involved. Parapsychology this, special division that, it all sounds way too far-fetched, like something out of a novel. We have our ways of making sure you spill every last detail you know, and don't remember a single thing afterwards. You won't even dream about it. When closing a case, for most people, even society at large, all we have to do is find a plausible excuse to smooth things over. Say an acute heart attack, or a stroke, or maybe drug abuse. There's all sorts of stories to run with, and evidence is easy to come by. I guess evidence is easy to come by when you're the cop, huh? Of course, getting poisoned by a male companion in a premeditated murder, that works too. Wait, am I being threatened? And why did it have to be in theater, in front of all these people? Chalk it up to the suspect's sense of ceremony. Are we being threatened? As for those things the suspect heard, and the white monster he saw, they serve as further proof that this actor was so immense in drama, he lost the ability to distinguish between fantasy and reality. Delirious and raving, he turned his blade on the victim who came to the theater with him. During our inquiry, we noticed that he avoids eye contact. His demeanor is furtive, as if he's hiding something. This is highly suspicious, and after a few rounds of questioning, the witness will all develop the same impression. Do you follow what I'm saying? Am I being threatened right now? You're threatening me. Very clever. But let's not put it that way. Call it a mutually beneficial opportunity. You don't want to know what happens to the people we take into custody. What do you get out of telling me this? You've sure got a knack for tough questions, you know that? Her roar of laughter draws the attention of the remaining officers in the theater, but she casually waves them away. She turns back to me, dashing the tears of laughter from her eyes, and slowly holds up 2 fingers. First off, someone asked me to stir up trouble for you, but I can't stand him. Second, it's because of the thing you saw. A head cleft like a blossom lined with fangs, wings towed in its wake like a weighty shadow. Should the might of its attention befall thee, then shall the 8 emerald eyes swivel as one. What? Lord Octopteropes. How do I want to say that? Octopteropes. Octotropes? Octoptropes? Octopteropes? Octotropes? I don't know, I'll say octotropes. As the black magic practitioners call it. I've spent years in hot pursuit of it and its followers. Ooh, it capitalized. And that face of obsession. It appears next to the deceased, meaning that your friend, who was turned into a living corpse, was almost certainly under the control of a black mage who worships it. We're after the same thing. Don't you want to learn the truth behind her death? The mage is sure to know more than either of us. I can let you walk out that door unharmed, but in return, you have to help me find them. So I have to help solve the case or get pinned on a murder? Okay. I don't know if I have a choice here, but okay. I guess I don't have much of a choice. What do you want from me? Ordinary people can't see the shadow of the gods. You can do that, can't you? With those words, Kazamatsuru extends her hand before me. Ooh. A whirling gale erupts from her palm, striking me square in the face. Instinctively, I hold my breath, my ears filled with the lingering wail of the wind. I clamp my mouth shut, but I can tell from Kazumatsuru's face that it was too late. You don't have to go into specifics. I'm not that much of a snoop, and I'm not interested in the Sakuma family secrets. The point is, the fact that you can see Lord Octotropes makes you a rare and irresistible new recruit for them. And I'll find some way to get the news to them. But judging from that reaction right now, you have something you'd rather keep from me, don't you? If you like, you can go take care of whatever you want first. I'll be in touch when I can. Or we can wrap this up quickly and I'll handle the rest myself. Meaning you'll be out of it. What do you think? I want to head back first. Let's deal with the case first. This seems like an important choice here. Choose. I just realized it says choose. C-H-O-O-S-E. Choose. You can take care of the care first. I'll be in touch when I can, or we can wrap this up quickly. I want to deal with the case first. And here I thought you'd go the other way. Okay then, I'll drop it. Well then, Kotori Sakuma-san, may I trouble you to accompany me back to the precinct? What will you do with Hatsuyuki's body? I mean, corpse. Oh, that? We'll have to do an autopsy and analyze whether any magic was cast on her body. Once we're sure everything checks out, we'll notify her family. Depending on the situation, the body might be returned to her family for burial, or we might handle all of that. If so, I'd like to make a request. Kazumatsuru gives me a non-committal smile. Her finger taps lightly and regularly against the arm of the chair, striking up a staccato rhythm. Give it a shot. Who knows? I might even say yes. Hatsuyuki's body. No, corpse. Can I take a look later? Once I've spoken to the others in the troupe, it won't take long. Oh? Now that it's come to this, I have to see things through myself. There's so much I've forgotten. Hatsuyuki was already like this when I met her, and now that she's gone, I can't let those scars be buried with her. At the very least, I need to know. You've never seen a corpse up close, have you, oh dainty young master? Try not to scare yourself silly. Well, since you ask, of course I can arrange a little thing like that, but you'll have to wait until the autopsy is over at least. Thank you. Shibata. Chief, we're heading back with this, and then... I know, be careful with that. Or I'll dock your pay. You click too soon. Shibata shrinks away, shoulders hunching in terror, and hurries back on stage. He and the other officers reflectively bellow, "Yes!" in unison, then huddle together like a flock of frightened quails. Before long, Hatsuyuki's body is lifted onto a stretcher in a flurry of activity. Her arm dangles over the side, swaying swiftly with every jostle. Finally, together with the crowd, she vanishes beyond the heavy door. As I try to rise to my unsteady feet, Kazematsuru tugs me out of the theater seat. Before I came in, one of the staff said this place was leased to the Emerald Eye Troupe? Yeah, I and Hatsuki were both actors in the troupe. I see. Kazematsuru signals for me to follow her. Her boots are made of tough leather, but their heels sink into the carpet with only a soft ruffle. Perfect. I remember we've got some files about the troupe in our archives. I'll show you. What files? An uneasy premonition is forming in my heart. Just what could have happened for the troupe to end up in the police archives? Maybe the terrible accident you were in last year? It's nothing illegal, but, well, you should see for yourself. Kazematsuru finishes speaking just as we reach the theater entrance. The accumulated snow glints beneath the darkened sky. Wind whips through the open door, trailing moonbeams in its wake. They weave together into a blast of bitter cold that I feel in my bones. What should I say? What should I do? Before I return to the theater? Before the suspended blade comes down upon my neck? But in this moment, I can't help thinking, if only I could just stay here forever and ever. Until I figured out a way to spin this tale that'll spare everyone's tears, and transmute agony to blissful relief. That would be perfect. Kazematsuru and I board the last car in the police convoy. Perhaps because of the late hour, the car speeds through mostly deserted streets, with so many bumps and jolts that I almost throw up the few scraps left in my stomach. It's only when the car halts before the police station that I can finally catch my breath. Come on, let's make this quick. As Kazematsuru yanks the door open and urges me out of the car, the junior officer driving the car has long made himself scarce. Maybe he's terrified of his intimidating superior too. The entryway to the police station is remarkably imposing. The 2-story Western-style building is adorned with ostentatious marble columns. It's plain to see that they have a generous budget. It must have been renovated, or maybe it was just recently built. I follow Kazematsuru through the brand new door. We occasionally cross paths with some uniformed police officers. They seem to be low-ranking and are scrupulously polite to Kazematsuru and to me riding on her coattails. But even before we get too far off, their true colors become clear. I can hear the venom they spit behind our backs. It's not pleasant. I reflexively glance at Kazematsuru, who shows no signs of having heard a word. She leads me through the main hall, along a moonlit walkway lined with snow and withered twigs, and down another flight of stairs. Finally, she stops in front of a door labeled Archives. And here we are. Are you sure it's fine to just let me in like this? It's fine. There's no one else around this late. Besides, that Sakuma name of yours opens a lot of doors. But you've got a point. Hold on a second. Kazematsuru raises her hand, bringing together her gloved index and middle fingers. With light and swift gestures, she scrawls a line of words on the door. I can't make out what she's writing. When she finishes the last stroke, a gust of cold wind suddenly sweeps across the warm corridor. The rapid squall whistles through the air, tussling my hair and clothes. The swirling winds converge on the ordinary, nondescript door. Kazematsuru's writing flashes brilliant for a moment, then goes dark just as quickly. Finally, like a dissipating wind, it vanishes without a trace. It's completely different from what Hatsuyuki showed me. This is a magnificent power that's never bothered to hide its dangerous fangs. That'll do it. Magic door pickpocket? Not pickpocket. Magic door picklocking? And with that, she pushes open the door and confidently strides in, quickly vanishing out of sight behind 2 cabinets. The metal surface on the filing cabinet warps my reflection. Countless cabinets hold countless copies of me, like a labyrinth of mirrors. Thousands of eyes glitter back at me from those depths, flashing green or blue under the incandescent lamps. I shut the door behind me and head inwards, following the sound of the tapping boots. The reflection on both sides follow me, their severed bodies swaying. The metal flashes white before my eyes, nothing like glass. That whiteness is completely blank, devoid of any reflection or stain, an empty desert as hazy as a mirage. I did not mean to open that menu, but I'll save. I look myself in the eye. The reflection is sightless, but I'm seized by the inexplicable feeling that I'm being watched. Surely it's just an illusion because my reflection's eyes are so clear. That's the only explanation. Found it, Sakuma? You still there? Kazematsuru's voice drifts to me. I squeeze my hand between the filing cabinets and spot her a row of cabinets against the wall. She's holding a slim folder. Here you go. Those are all the duplicates, so just put them back when you're done. She slaps the folder against my chest. I have to scramble to keep it from falling. You assume it's more like trace hiding, as you could raid the fridge and no one noticed you were there when they checked him out. Raiding the fridge? Using magic wind powers to raid the fridge. I like that. I like that idea. There isn't much inside. Just an old newspaper, a few photographs, and a sheaf of reports. You love the idea of using magic casually, right? I really love like casual slice of life magic stuff a lot. Just, you know, using this like intricate, you know, chanting off this intricate long spell, and it's just to like make the bed. Probably takes more time to do the spell and the ritual. But it's just to make the bed, because, you know, making the bed stinks. Or do the dishes. Just a flick of the wrist and the dishes wash themselves. Love that. News report of the accident. The old newspaper rustles as I pick it up. It seems to have been lying there for quite a while. The front page is dominated by an article about the train accident. Signal failure or human error. Tokaido Main Line derailment. Accident exposes hidden hazards. Death toll 143. My throat feels parched just from reading this far. The printed text sears into my retinas. A familiar pain is spreading through my temple, as if I've been struck by something heavy. Echoes ring through me. Are those the entrails? Is that a... What is on the top right there? Lobsters definitely like blood, but the top right looks a little fleshier. With trembling fingers, I peel away a photograph from the clip stack. And I get a stark black and white view of the train tumbling from the tracks, engulfed in flames, and the broken and shattered human bodies. It's impossible to tell the dead from the living. There's close-up shots of severed limbs. I can see the mangled flesh and steps of bone. My brain throbs. I'm gonna throw up. I'll splatter these pictures with hues of fat marrow blood? From his stomach, or is that... Wait. Your favorite genre of slice of life is definitely more interestingly reality-like. Magical dragons living... I love, like, having... I'm gonna just talk about a cozy slice of life as a dead bodies on the screen. I love, like you just living a normal life, and you got a little dragon buddy. You just got a little dragon buddy. Look kind of like a cat, but it's a dragon. Oozing yellow fat. Ashen white ends of split bone. Soft pink tendons folding them. Blood slowly oxidizing from crimson to red rust blood. So we're getting memories now. When the human body is taken apart, it should resemble an oil painting in lush colors. But when it's truly laid before me, carelessly splashed with pigments, its cross-section on display to the entire world, my only sensation is horror. Everything was scorching hot in the wake of the explosion. I could feel someone hauling me along, blood streaming from my ringing ears. But amidst the acrid stench of burning chemicals, my lungs kept working. No matter how much I wished they wouldn't, they still faithfully brought me a scent that aroused my appetite. Whoa! Appetite? For what? My brain was in ecstasy. It told me that this was the aroma of roasted flesh. Oh! That makes sense. Like dinner. The smell which assailed me feels so palpable now, so inedible, indelible, as if it might truly have made my mouth water and my stomach growl. As if, among the screams and moans of my fellow humans, it might have filled me with a craving to set upon them, to bite and swallow and devour. Oh? 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 But did you? Maybe this isn't just a hallucination. What else could I so vividly imagine the itch of the blood creeping across my skin? How else? How else? My mind stops short, but I'm reeling in terror. Did I do something else to them? In that expanse of darkness behind my mind's reach, did we cannibalize people? Because I kind of hope we did. Did I sniff? Did I lick? Did I... Hey, you okay? Kazematsuru lightly pats me on the shoulder, then plucks the photograph out of my hand. It's creased from being clutched too tightly. She flips briefly through the photographs, then tucks them away in her pocket, pulls a sheaf of documents out of the folder, and shoves them into my hands. It's like she's draping a cloth over a box so I can no longer see what's inside. All I'm left with is that hallucination, so real and so insubstantial all at once. These are rougher going than I thought. You should try reading the text instead. I swallow my saliva. The noise seems to ring loud in the quiet archives. Kazematsuru might have heard. But if she so simply arches an eyebrow, might have. Ah! It rings so loud in the quiet archives. Kazematsuru might have heard it, but if so, she simply arches an eyebrow and waits for me to speak. There we go. A line, a sentence. I remembered some things from back then. Back then, when the train derailed, I think something exploded. I smelled burning. My head is spinning. My stomach churns with nausea. Speaking is an ordeal. Every word feels like it has to be ground into powder and squeezed through the gaps between my teeth. The burning, that's enough. Sorry. Kazematsuru seems a little startled, but she swiftly makes a hold it right there gesture, cutting me off from any further speech. No need to apologize. What I mean is, you only just remembered all this. Tell me about it right away can't be easy on you, both physically and mentally. I know about these things. I've been there too. Facing your fellow humans, thinking how delicious they smell, and... Whoa! Is that normal? Is that normal? If I was, if I just happened to be in a place where a lot of people, exploded, would I also think they smell good? How differently would a person smell while they're being cooked than, a cow, you know? It's not easy for regular civilians to deal with. Her voice and demeanor are completely calm, a silent balm to my strained nerves. Besides, you were so badly injured you lost your memory. I doubt you can move around that much. If you didn't do it, you didn't. You don't have to beat yourself up over thoughts that never came true. The point is, you've had amnesia and only just remembered all this. It's not your problem. You want to keep reading? Yes. She's definitely baiting an answer, trying to make it seem normal so he won't hold back later. Right? Yeah, no, me too. I've totally eaten people. Have you eaten people also? Since I already told you that I did, it's okay to say that you eat people for fun. Yeah. I take a few deep breaths, and when my emotions have settled a little, I pick up the sheaf of reports again. As I read, a nagging feeling strengthens that something's off. I subconsciously frown. The preliminary investigation found that a moderate-sized explosion occurred in Carriage 9, but no explosive residue was detected at the scene. Am I winning? Do you think potential cannibalism counts as winning? Maybe? What does this mean? It means that the explosives in the carriage amounted to around 3 pounds of gunpowder. Their explosion caused the carriage to overturn and triggered a whole series of other reactions. Why not? That's what I thought. I think when cannibalism comes up in a visual novel, it always just brings a little bit of spice. But no trace of them was found. In a situation like this, it's only reasonable to run a sweep for magical activity. But I wasn't in Tokyo at the time, so it couldn't be done. Or rather, they didn't want to deploy manpower from this side, and now there's no way to follow up. They didn't want to? It's a matter of life and death. So what? Someone wanted to cover it up. Someone was willing to pay the compensation, and certain people needed proof that I and my Special Investigation Division are all useless waste of space. Something else seems to occur to her. Her expression darkens, and she says no more. I replace the investigation report in the folder. Kazematsuru reties the strings with practiced ease and shuts it away again in an unlabeled cabinet. One of your favorite tome has a dash cannibalism? Hell yeah! Which one? Just curious, which one? Are you angry about that? I feel like I ought to be angry, and I am. But for some reason, I'm not particularly surprised. Just as I personally witnessed before and heard from others, this sort of internal strife is inevitable between people. It's not rare by any means. What matters is how you turn it to advantage. Even if Tempest... Wait, okay. So I was turned off of Even If Tempest because you can't romance the monster on the front because that's not a real thing. But there is potentially a dash of cannibalism, and now I am intrigued again. The ache in my forehead swells and sharpens. I don't like this line of thinking, and I hate even more that it, for some reason, that my brain's accepted it as a routine truth. Mubajoy's can't. What? Well, you see, if there's one thing that I have learned about fictional media, is that cannibalism is a metaphor for love. So actually, it's great. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. It's actually a green flag. It means that my heart and my stomach are full of lots of love. Potentially. My neck feels like it snapped under the weight. My head sags lower and lower, about to kiss the dirt at my feet. And for some reason, there's a constant simmering unease in my heart. 143 people? Was there really no one else injured in the troop, other than me? Has there been a smooch yet? No! No. We've just had death. It's very unfortunate. Kazematsuru strokes her chin. Although, this police lady, when main guy was down on the ground, slumped in despair, she did the thing where she puts her hand under the chin and lifts his head up, and that's pretty good. Kazematsuru strokes her chin, and then she speaks, dispelling the heavy silence that's starting to descend. Stop spacing out. Now that you've gotten your intel, it's time to help me out. Yes, right. What is it? My tangled skeins of thought are abruptly shoved back into my skull, and I involuntarily stammer in response. Kazematsuru ignores my lack of manners. It's cut off. My lack of manners. She simply folds her arms and continues speaking. Before getting into that, I love how she's got a little little thing. I don't think she's one of the romanceable characters though. It's not as rare as it sounds. You've definitely been compelled to have more than a few thoughts about the power dynamic between vor and cannibalism, right? And that's what the power of fiction is. That's where the power of fictional media come in. Awuga? Go for her? Oh, you're not awugaing about the cannibalism. I don't think she's a romanceable option. I think the romanceable options are the troop master that was driving us earlier, our Our friend whom's dead? Our younger sister and our uncle? I don't know. That's what I got from the trailer. It looks like you already know about magic, but do you have any deeper understanding of it? No romance yet. It will be there. We're just in the demo. We have to start slow, right? We can't just jump into the romance at the beginning. You have to build it up. As you solve the murder, romance will blossom. With who? I don't know. Deeper understanding? I must be visibly at a loss, because the look Kazematsuru gives me is exasperated but unsurprised, like a veteran tutor faced with a sloped pupil. The dead girl yeah, I think she'll be fine after a little bit. I mean, she's already been a zombie. She's already been a zombie this long. Why can't we make her be zombie even longer? We can put her soul in a new vessel even. I think it'll be fine. I thought so, but I don't feel good about throwing you to the wolves like this. It's already tough explaining the basics to the precinct staff. Whatever. I sure hope you're smarter than that. I'll start with some common knowledge for mages. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. First off, you need to know that... What you need to know is that these powers, the gifts from the gods, can be passed down through the bloodline. Also, the materials used in ancient rituals are pricey. It's hard to cover the cost alone. So, mages value inheritance and family ties over anything else. That sounds like fate. The slightly dommy trouble causing Cup, with dark thoughts despite her professionalism better. I want her to be smoochable! I really want her to be smoochable! You've been through this yourself before, haven't you? You suddenly discovered you had some strange ability, and you were... Well, let's see. You have no clue why this is happening. Did I miss something? Family ties, okay, say it now. Magic's kept secret from the regular public, and also from mages who don't have teachers to guide them. I nod, reflecting on how I've been completely ignorant of my own magic, and have no idea how to even start unraveling this tangle. So you should just assume that if you butt heads with a mage, you'll find yourself in no end of trouble. I mull over Kazematsuru's words, wondering exactly how she figures into all this. But judging from how she's acted today, I'm guessing she's no end of trouble herself. But since it could be passed down by blood, I'm still putting together my sentence when Kazematsuru stops, looking uncharacteristically hesitant. She's silent for a while before finally letting out a sigh. The sound of a sigh seems to bring to life every story I've ever heard about brother turning against brother. You're spot on. And things are actually better in this generation. Before this, if a family had too many children with talents, the family mansion was essentially a coliseum. And if there was anything worth inheriting on top of that, the clash would continue until one party died. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Classic. You have two Mega... Which Digimon? Which two? Oh, wait. You have a Mega Digimon rocking two rocket shoulder rockets with smiley faces. I know exactly who that is. The main family fought amongst themselves and the branch families after defeating their own siblings, and they still had a vie with the main family's children. Some mages were so set on preserving the purity of their bloodlines, they even... No, let's not get there. You don't need to know any more than that. Big Bunny? Is it the Big Bunny? Kazematsuru speaks in a low voice, her expression pained, but she quickly shakes it off and moves on to another subject. That's all on this topic. You should also know about ateliers. For the majority of mages, that's the most important thing. Ateliers? Mega Gargomon! Wow, I felt that so badly. Yes. Yes, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of one of those. What's the pre-evolution of it? Does it also have those? Does Rapidmon also have the cannons or no? You missed it. CG, what do you mean by missed Digimon? Digimon still exists. There's a new anime season coming out soon. There's a new game coming out in a few days. There's plenty of Digimon. Lady Devimon is nice. Lady Devimon is very nice. You haven't interacted with Digimon Media in forever? Since Cyber Sleuth? Well, good thing Time Stranger is coming out in a few days. Yet another new noun, but I'm still at a loss. All I can do is wait hopefully for a solution to this riddle. Ateliers. We're talking about Ateliers. I assume you just came into contact with magic recently, right? After a long silence, I can only reply with a brief noise of assent. In fact, I can count on the number of times on my hand. I think derisively to myself. And these scant incidents all bear the indelible traces of Hatsuyuki, impossible to ignore or forget. Even after my nerves have been dulled by the constant barrage of blunt questions, the pain is still lodged in my memory, like so many fine needles. It's cut off. So it was too late, huh? Alright, listen very closely to what I'm about to say. Mages, to be exact, most of those hereditary guys, each have an atelier that belongs to them. That's where they're in the closest contact with their divine blessings. The principles of constructing an atelier are way too complicated again to hear. Basically, think of it as a series of large-scale magic rituals that take a huge toll on the practitioner. Once the construction is done, they gain a secret space that belongs to them and exists outside of this world. Unless they're unconscious, or grant someone else permission to enter that space, being solely for them forever. Speaking of Digimon, there's also a Digimon card game! A Digimon card game, which is coming out with a digital version soon? Just saying. I'm guessing you heard a thing or two about Buddhism and Taoism and all that nonsense? Well, an atelier is the equivalent of their flower or leaf or their bodhi. It never disappears, and in the hands of a mage who lives long enough, it becomes a treasure trove. It's almost impossible to construct an atelier single-handedly, which means that, effectively, only families can afford it. And since it can be transferred between people, well, I think you can guess what happens. It's inherited. Got it in one. Matsuru snaps her fingers. Is it just me, or does she look relieved? She reminds me of a teacher pleasantly surprised that a young child is actually capable of studying. I will say, it feels really nice when you teach people a thing, and then they bring back later that they actually listened, and you know that they listened and they learned. Feels good. It feels good. It's very validating. I can barely imagine what sort of people she's been dealing with until now. It's very expensive, and its value accumulates over time, making it perfect to be passed down as a family heirloom. Which means that mages who have a backing of family and mentors, and who are regarded as next in line, basically all have their own ateliers, or are about to inherit them. Who knows, I bet if you go back to the Sakuma family, they'll have one ready and waiting for you. Her lips twitch as she says this, and then she changes the subject again with seeming nonchalance. I'm getting off topic. What it all boils down to is that ateliers are where mages can exert their powers to the fullest extent. That's why most of them secure the atelier in an object that they can carry with them, so they can enter it at any time. For a mage who's carrying out magic studies, or preparing for a ritual, their atelier is the safest place to be, and it's also the most dangerous place for an invader. I need you to make contact with the worshippers, but I don't want to get you killed. If you notice that your surroundings have changed, you better watch out. What should I do if I'm trying to leave an atelier? Find the exit, get the maid to let you out, or knock them unconscious. Of course, the best way to handle that is to kill them. But in your case, just sweet talk them. No matter how much you try to bow and scrape and no matter how much you have to bow and scrape and grovel. Dignity is less important than staying alive. Get out of there and let me deal with the rest. Speaking of which, Kazematsuru's severe gaze settles on me. Her voice is stern. You have experience wielding magic. There's no point bluffing here. Even though Kazematsuru's stare shivers down my spine, I nod. You're honest, the reliable type. Good. That's right, that's how everyone should be. Her gloved hand grips mine. She's squeezing quite hard, it hurts, but I bite back my yelp of pain before it can emerge. Mega Gargomon, isn't that great? I think I'm just a big fan of the entire Terriermon and Lopmon kind of lines. The whole bunny, all the bunny ones. I love them. The look on her face scares me a little. It's like what exactly? It feels vaguely familiar, as if someone once inspected me with this exact expression. Focus. Don't get distracted. Close your eyes. Ooh. My eyes automatically fall shut at her voice. Before long, a soft breeze, threaded with the slightest chill, flows through our joined palms and gently makes its way into my bloodstream. My heart starts to pound. That familiar tugging sensation courses through me again, and in the next instant, I'm enveloped in that chill. And so I can feel something, like blood, but not quite, pouring out of my heart, rushing through my veins. Is this like mana? It swiftly and tenaciously swarms into the crevices between every cell. At last, it comes to a halt at the back of my tongue, with a faint, prickling pain. This is your magic. It issues from the heart, the weakest part of mage's body, and finally condenses into the body part that you use to wield your magic. And the tongue? Tongue magic? Okay. Remember the way that it flows. When you need to use it, let your consciousness trace that path backwards to your heart and call upon the magic stored in your body. A silver tongue? Works for an actor. If you can't sense it, extreme emotions are a good way to pressure yourself and get your heart rate up. That's a bonus technique. As Kazematsuru finishes her calm speech, that chilly, syrupy feeling dissipates like a gust of wind. All that's left is the sudden molten surge of magic in my mouth. Using line sounds right? Yeah. Ultimate Digimon are putting in more work than it though. It doesn't matter who's doing the best, it's all about who you care the most about. Who's the cutest, who's the coolest. Actual raw strength doesn't matter. I'm seized by a strange impulse to open my mouth, to speak, and I'm absolutely certain that I have the power to make those words on the tip of my tongue become an even greater reality. My mind is full to bursting. What should I say? My situation right now is so similar to how things were back then in the theater. Did the script's transformation happen because of me? Or was it... My brain feels like it's... Oh, wait a minute! What were the... Ooh, he was reading lines about killing the character when she died. Ooh, interesting. My brain feels like it's crammed inside a mortar, being pulverized into a sticky pulp. My tongue moves faster than my mind. You must be calm. As soon as the last word tumbles out, the pain in my tongue fades. I hope it hasn't left a blister. There. I've said it. An abrupt hush settles across the room. Kazematsuru's sudden silence makes me a little uneasy. I instinctively open my eyes. Her expression is completely blank, but the next instant, she's back to the same severe manner I remembered from our meeting at the theater, as if it was just a mere illusion. Ikakumon's cuter? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cute, I guess. She loosens her tight grip on my hand and straightens up, moving a little swiftly. Sorry, I got kind of worked up there. You okay? My hand hurts a bit. Kazematsuru heaves a deep sigh. The filing cabinet casts a shadow over her features. I'll buy you something to eat, to make up for it. Sorry about that. Damn, that sure is something. Don't use your magic here, and don't go around showing it off in front of other people. Don't go showing it off in front of other people if you can't be sure they'll keep their mouths shut. Did he just, like, make her calm? Did she calm down for a second? You'll prove it by making the best Ikakumon deck? Yes, do it! I welcome the challenge. Remember how that felt just now. You can practice a bit more if you have the time. After all, other mages won't be giving you time to meditate. You have a whole lot of magical power. Your talent is greater than many people I've seen. You just need practice. She lets out another sound like a sigh. She seems to be doing that a lot today. And one last thing. She rests her hand on her uniform belt, and then turns her palm upward. Suddenly, something appears in her hand. It looks like a pink tentacle, its body giving the occasional squirm. Ooh, what is that? It's ugly. This is a familiar. It matches her eyes. This time, I feel my face go rigid. Kazematsuru picks up the tentacle between her fingers. It seems docile enough. I watch it wriggle like a worm picked up by its neck. Do tentacles even have necks? It thrashes with all its might, like it's trying to escape the grip of the human hand. Familiars are also constructed, but there's no time to teach you how to do that. I'll go into it later. Familiars derive their abilities from their component materials and the magic used in the ritual. Did she already have it on her, or did she just make it? A long time ago, making familiars also required praying to the gods, but now that's just been replaced by using purified materials. Works just as well. Most of them aren't harmless, and they aren't as small as this one here. If you run into a familiar, you better brace yourself. I gaze at the tentacle in Kazematsuru's hand, its tip flexing, slowly curling and unwinding again. I strive to suppress my instinctive revulsion for something so alien, but I get nowhere, so I have to stop looking at it. I'm trying not to be too rude, so I steel myself and let Kazematsuru finish before I speak. What can this familiar do? Kazematsuru's lips move, and a wave of regret bears down on me. Well, since you ask, I'm gonna put it in your eye. No! In my eye? Wait, all of a sudden? It won't be gouging out your eye or blinding you. Not into that sort of thing. This thing has no offensive power. It's the safest type of familiar. Even when it enters your eye, it'll keep itself. I hate that. I hate eye stuff. I hate eye stuff so much. There's so many things that I just don't bug me, but as soon as eyes are concerned, it's just posture check? Can't do. Stretch my back anyways. Alright. Better. You won't feel any discomfort. Please don't have any sound effects. Kazematsuru hoists the familiar a little higher, treating me to a full view of its mouthless body and plump, glistening suckers. Its purpose is to boost your sensitivity to magic, so you can visually observe any spell traces and magical residue. That way you'll notice if a mage passes by. If you know who they are, you'll be on your guard, won't you? It'll help you stay safe. I'm gonna put it in your eye. Yeah, like, can you just frame me for the murder now? Can I? I've actually decided I would rather be framed for murder than you put that weird thing in my eye. Please and thank you. Is it too late to reload the save? Well, I'm finishing my boba tea. Alright. Also, if you get attacked or stumble into someone else's atelier, it'll let me know your location and I'll come to your rescue. Kazematsuru seems to be completely in earnest. Putting something into my eye still sounds incredibly dodgy, but I can tell from her words that she's deeply concerned with my personal safety. Yeah, but is this gonna hurt? Does this come with just being a cop, or did something happen before? Her brilliant eyes are trained on me, but no matter how do I try, I can't discern any trace of a lie in her tranquil depths. It's rude to pry into someone else's past. I clamp down on the urge and turn back to the tentacle, which now lies motionless in Kazematsuru's hand, presumably worn out from its struggling. I'm trying not to contemplate how it'll feel against my eye. Does it really have to go in my eye? Isn't there any other way? Most spells only last a short time, and anything of a longer duration takes too much preparation. If you just keep it with you, an observant mage will easily pick up on it. You're sure this is fine? Tentacles, yeah! Tentacle! She's holding a pink, writhing tentacle in her hand, and she's about to insert it into my eyeball. It's great stuff. Of course, I wouldn't get this wrong, even if just on account of the Sakuma family. The Sakuma family? Them again. Just what kind of family are they that keep being brought up by people? You'll be fine? I don't know. I feel like the tentacle monster VTuber is a little biased when it comes to tentacles, you know. You're very pro tentacle here. If I had come back up a bit earlier and learned more, if I could remember what happened before, would things be different? Would I not have to put this tentacle in my eyeball? If there's anything I can make up for it. Fine, I agree. I didn't get choose that. You're a doctor from your home planet, don't worry. You didn't lose your license or anything? I don't know. That sounds mighty sus. But I don't want it to hurt too much. Oh, okay, here we go. Right. It's fine. I'm just not gonna look at that. Kazematsuru seems taken aback by my ready agreement as she reaches out and cups my face. Can we at least kiss? Can you at least, like, kiss my eyeball afterwards? I think if you insert your tentacle in my eye, you at least have to kiss me afterwards. Her gloves are coarse. Her calloused fingertips graze across my cheeks and slowly make their way to my right eye, leaving a trail of warmth in their wake. When she peels open my eyelid with 2 fingers, I inadvertently choke on a mouthful of spit. My expanded field of vision can now clearly take in the incandescent light beaming down from the ceiling, and Kazematsuru's face approaching my eyes gleaming like gems. I don't like where this is going, I know. Take a couple deep breaths and imagine it's kind of from an H manga. I mean, isn't that what this is? Are you saying it's not going that way? Well, that's kind of disappointing then. Kazematsuru picks up the tentacle. Its fleshy pink body draws closer and closer to my eye. The tentacle uncoils, its tip languorously swaying. What is that word? I feel like I've looked this one up before. Languorously. I think I can guess what it means by, like, context. Producing or tending to produce language. It's so frustrating when you look up the word and the definition is just the word. Okay, now what's the word for that word? Weakness or weariness of body or mind. Listless indolence or inertia. Listless indolence. Okay. Listlessly listlessly swaying in the air. My body grows taut with anxiety. I can feel Kazematsuru's breath and the stirring of the wind. Hold still. I force my eyes to stay open. My eyeballs swivel clumsily to the side. The tentacles coming closer and closer. So close that I can make out the faint patterns on its skin. I don't think any psychological torture could beat this. The instant it settles on my eyeball, I instinctively blink. Everything goes dark. All I sense is that touch upon my eye, vivid and unmistakable. The tentacle is icy against my eyeball. Its suckers are fastened to the most vulnerable part of my head, like an insect's pincers pressing into the rotten wood. But then it rapidly melts into my eye socket like water, dashing real tears from my ears. Eyes, real tears from my eyes. I can't tell if any part of the familiar is washed out with them. There we go, it's done. Finally, a faint sliver of light reappears. Why is the most intimate moment in this entire thing so far having a creature put into my eyeball? That's how you can tell it's a horror. That's how you can tell it's a real horror. Finally, a faint sliver of light reappears. Oh, you can see like the tears in his eyes. And the sprite. That was traumatizing slightly. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne? Maybe. It's quality stuff? Actually, yes. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's actually a good sign. The writing and the way it describes the tentacle and the suction touching the tip. Like, what? Only then do I notice that my right eye's vision is blurry. Like I'm peering through a pink veil. Juxtaposed with my normal left eye, it feels surreal, as if the world has been split in two. Why can't I see clearly? As I ask my hesitant question, Kazematsuru's fingers shift from my eyelid to my eye socket. She helps to wipe away the reflex tears that are still seeping out. Aw, that's kind of sweet. Dante from Devil May Cry? I love that guy! The gesture seems so gentle, but I might just be imagining things. You'll be fine soon. It's still fusing. She sounds so calm. Her gaze lingers on my face for a long time, taking in every detail. I can't help but feel like a lab rat. I'm not sure how much time passes, but it must take a while. So long that the belated pangs of hunger start to gnaw at my stomach. Finally, the color obscuring my vision drains away, and everything once again looks the same as before. Knuckles the Echidna? Knuckles the Echidna? Hell yeah! Do we also get some Shadow the Hedgehog? Because I want some Shadow the Hedgehog. As my vision clears, my ears almost simultaneously pick up the rumbling of my stomach. I can't tell if Kasematsuru hears it too, but her lips do a quick upwards and a slight smirk. Can you see now? Yes. Then you can go. Go back and practice wielding your magic. Your body needs to get used to the traces of magic circulation. While you're doing that, I'll put the word out about you. Let me know as soon as the mage gets in touch. Only if there's yeah. Is that how we get Shadow? We need the Latinas. Kazematsu pulls out a wallet from nowhere, extracts a stiff card, and thrusts it into my hand before I can refuse. Business card? Cop's personal card. We don't have anything like... Okay, I was checking if we have anything like an inventory. Nope. It's an exquisitely crafted business card, with black lettering against a white background. It has a solid heft to it, and the embossed patterns graze subtly against my fingertips, like the touch of a chill wind. Her name, number, and address are printed neatly on the card. Under the dim light, I can see flecks of gold powder, glistening amidst the ink. Cut off. There's no other unnecessary embellishment. Shinbashi? A personal card? Or a personal matter? Oh, right. I'll buy you dinner too. You were getting hungry, weren't you? Kazematsuru lets her impeccably straight back slouch a little, as if she's setting down a great weight. Her voice sounds more relaxed too. Without the constant stern expression and graying hair, in this moment, she finally evinces some of the lightness befitting her age. Wait, how old is she supposed to be? I know an izakaya around here that serves pretty good food. Makes for the perfect supper. Investigation or revenge? Can't do any of that on an empty stomach. Isn't that right? Before we leave, out of the corner of my right eye, I notice that my wrist is glimmering faintly with a hazy tracery of blue and pink, like rippling water or silk threads. The patterns almost seem to intertwine, weaving into an intricate, unbroken skein. Unbroken skein? And Kazumatsuru's collar also radiates gentle sparks of mingled blue and pink, like a gemstone under the light. An isekai! There's a few of those, like an isekai restaurant or something like that. I've read a few of them. I think there's some anime based off of those too. See something weird? Yeah, some kind of glowing pattern? Ah, that's right. What you're seeing are the traces of your magic mine. Are magics intermingling? Why is that so romantic? Remember, if you spot traces like this, that's when you have to be aware of everything. Absolutely everything. Having said her piece, Kazematsuru shoves open the door of the archives. It suddenly dawns on me what her expression reminds me of. Like a person helplessly watching sand slip through their fingers, who suddenly catches sight of a life-saving straw. Why are you still standing around? Don't you want supper? My train of thought cut off. I reply by instinct. Coming! It's well into the night, but the police station is still a bright hub of team activity. Kazematsuru says nothing as we walk, and neither do I. I simply follow behind her, head bowed. I lose track of how many times I falter, but just as I'm about to speak, Kazematsuru suddenly stops walking. Oh. They have the same... Are they related? They look similar. The music's suddenly fun, though. I freeze, startled. Standing in front of us is a youth. He looks quite young and remarkably haughty. His feet are firmly planted, squarely blocking our way. So you found more cannon fodder, Captain Kazematsuru. If I still had any doubts as to this youth's identity, his hostile greeting has cleared those up. Kazematsuru folds her arms. Even without seeing her face, I can hear the chill in her voice. That's none of your business, Kijimoto. Blah, blah, blah. Kijimoto. This sort of provocation works better on my father. If you can even get to see him in the first place. Oh, maybe they're like cousins or something? Oh yeah, they must be related. Your little brother is old enough to come stay with the main family now, isn't he? I've heard all about that boy's gifts, even here in Tokyo. How's that going? Getting worried yet? Ooh, the way the song ends. The youth's pale face gradually floods with red. I can hear the gnashing of his teeth. His nostrils flare and quiver, and his hands at his sides ball tight into fists. He's the picture of swelling fury, but under Kazematsuru's stare, can't seem to keep his voice from quaking. Is that supposed to scare me? He's just a little brat, and the main family still hasn't named you as heir. Oh my god, heir to the throne, family heir. Isn't that because of your screw up? You think you're better off than me? Ooh, what screw up? I frown. No matter what, he's taking things a bit too far. and it's obvious that he doesn't intend to let us go anytime soon. But Officer Kasematsuru, who is he? I briefly skimmed through the roles I've played before and let my brows furrow more perceptibly. Are the police in this precinct so rude and so determined to waste other people's time? What a shame. This officer looks like a competent enough sort, but clearly just puts on a good show. And I can't make heads or tail of his babbling. It's a little alarming. Maybe he should go back to the hospital? Kijimoto's already flushed face takes on the even deeper hue of a drunk man. His brows shoot up and he glares daggers at me as if he's on the verge of flinging curses. The words that come hurling from his mouth make my eardrums twinge in discomfort. And who the hell are you? Where did you get off insulting me? Me? I'm just a regular person who happens to know a few reporters and can't get home because you're pestering me. Really, when Officer Kasematsuru invited me to go over the situation, I never thought I'd run into something like this. If word got out, it'd give the public quite a bad impression of Ginza, or even Tokyo. And where would we be then? Sure, go on about all the people you know. Probably just some con man. Kijimoto's eyes are quivering, but his voice blares as loud as ever. He seems to be trying to regain his dignity with all that bluster. Is that so? Then how about you give Editor-in-Chief Asano a call at the Labor News? Ask him if you heard of a fellow called Kotori Sakuma. Wait, Sakuma? Your name's Sakuma? He doesn't dare to keep speaking. Or to put it another way, he's weak by nature, and as soon as anyone might be able to take him down, even if he claims not to believe it, he won't have the courage to put it to the test. Kasematsuru flings out her last words, and they make Kijimoto's entire body go rigid. So you got in my way just to waste Sakuma-san's and my precious time. All this stubborn wrangling isn't going to make your walnut-sized brain any smarter. After so many years in Tokyo, you still haven't grown at all. It's a real shame. Also, if I let my father know that you were making a scene here, throwing your name around, disgracing the Special Investigation Division and the entire precinct, well, you better think through how this might hurt your chances to get your brother. Against your brother. Scram, get out of our way. The awkward, shaking off screen? Oh, that was great. Kasematsuru waves him away brusquely. Through my right eye, I watch a flurry of pink wings send the youth reeling. He staggers back a few steps, clearing our path. Oh, she's pushing him away physically with her magic. I like that. As I walk past that Kijimoto-san, now cowed into silence, Kasematsuru grabs me by my arm and we leave him behind us. As we walk along the street, stepping on snow compacted by countless footsteps, the scent of liquor and nightfall swirl like vapors over a cauldron. Kasematsuru easily moves her way through one alleyway after another. If she weren't still in her uniform, I'd have no way of telling that this was the very same stern-faced police officer. After we cross a few more stretches of pitch-black ice, an izakaya appear before us, glowing in warm lamplight. Kasematsuru pushes open the curtain, and the aromas of tonkotsu and fried food billow out, mingling with a cloud of steam that makes my eyes sting. It's a small shop, so the seats and customers all seem to be crowded into close quarters. Kasematsuru leads me to a pair of seats at the corner of the bar, completely ignoring the curious glances in our direction. Salted edamame, cold tofu, and udon with meat topping. I won't be drinking. How about you? My stomach declares its hunger with perfect candor, but my brain, still stuffed full of corpses and mangled limbs, reflexively recoils from too much rich food. After some hesitation, I point at the sign that reads Tororo Udon and barley tea. Thank you. While we're waiting for our food, Kaze Matsuru taps lightly on the table to draw my attention. What is it? In response, she props her head on her hand, gazing into the wispy mist that hangs over the bar. She lowers her voice. What he said, it's true. I've been keeping something from you, and now that I'm thinking about it more calmly, you have the right to know what you've been dragged into. I know this is a long demo, and I'm okay with that. Well, I am okay with that, but I have to end stream in like 40 minutes. Hopefully we can get to the end. I hope we can get to the end. But this is the only time I can speak honestly about it. Do you want to hear? It's probably better if you know. I nod. There's no change in Kaze Matsuru's expression, and her tone remains the same. I doubt she saw my movement. Perhaps she just wants to say it. I do have to end stream. I do. In like half an hour, though. Where do I start? 5 years ago, right after I took charge of this division, there was a string of magical attacks in Tokyo. Can I stream forever? I wish! I wish! The victims were ambushed and abducted, and then turned into twisted, deformed monsters. They had nearly the same powers as mages who had undergone complete reversion. They were highly destructive and almost immortal, and barely retained any sanity. Back then, it made a huge stir. When we tracked down the person behind it all, it turned out to be a black mage who worshipped that so-called Lord Octotropes. Just like what you've seen. 8 wings and 8 eyes. Feathers like fresh snow, eyes like emeralds. There's no record of such a deity in Japan, or in any other East Asian country for all that matters. So its followers are designated as a cult. But they're a cunning lot. We were fooled so many times by the false trails they laid for us. And in the end, I'm guessing they got sick of the fuss. That black mage made the first move and appeared before me and my team. She was an elderly woman, getting on in the years. Kaze Matsuru seems to be taking a deep breath, but halfway through, turns into a sigh of resignation. The Special Investigation Division was a brand new unit. My father put the most into it, hoping to use it to restore the family's glory. With no one else stepping up, it was only natural to put me in charge. And apart from me, it was just a bunch of rookies the government dug up. Like you, they suddenly found themselves saddled with these blessings. They didn't know the first thing about the world of mages. They weren't sharp enough, or alert enough, or ruthless enough, or strong enough. Being too soft-hearted got everyone killed. And I was the only one who barely got away. He's right about that. She laughs. Her face is reflected in the brown barley tea, wavering and indistinct through the ripples of layers of ripples. But she, or the people backing her, they weren't people that the Kaze Matsuru family could touch. That was when I learned that sometimes power is more useful than the magic you know. I regret it, but what good does a regret do? I can't let this go. That's why, no matter what, even if it means dragging innocent people into this, I have to see her dead. I don't care if she's protected by wealth, or power, or the other families. If I can't make her confess her crimes in the open, I'll fall back on the older ways. She stays perfectly calm until the very end. Just as she said, for some reason, I feel as all those turbulent emotions are roiling beneath her icy surface. The rest will give anyone nightmares. You wouldn't enjoy it. Kaze Matsuru's voice sinks and fades. I think of Hatsuyuki's calm expression, her face that I'll never smile again, and the anguish of the Kotori Sakuma buried deep within my heart wallowing in tears. This raw confession strikes a chord with me. If that explosion on the train wasn't an accident, but had a culprit, I think I'd do the same as her. You told me before that all I have to do is find them, or wait for them to get in touch and then give you information. That's right. And the rest, all that dangerous stuff, I'll handle it. It's got nothing to do with you. So, at least you don't have to feel guilty about me. You've got a real sharp tongue, you know. A few moments later, the piping hot food is served. I like the scroll down, her expression change. Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. Time to eat. Kazematsuru jabs her chopsticks into the noodles and stirs, releasing a cloud of dense fragrance. I look down as well. The Tororo udon sitting before me exudes the refreshing scent of seafood. The yam of the Tororo is a cluster of pale white fluff, like a miniature cloud. I put a few strands of noodles into my mouth. The broth is steaming hot with just the right amount of salt. The flavor which soaks into my tongue is a mild but satisfyingly rich sweetness. Also another I feel like another trait of a good visual novel that I always enjoy. Food time. You need to have time to just eat some food and admire its rich flavors and stuff. That's important. You need those moments. You need those moments. I mean, you don't need those moments, but I like those moments. The distraction of food after the heavy conversation. I love that. And udon, like any other noodle, is so soft under the layers of... And the udon, like any other noodle, is so soft under the layer of Tororo that it splits at the lightest touch. You loved Ichika and Minio's lunch day? Yes! Hello, Aramic! Is this the Toxic Yuri game? No. We got a dude and a dude and a gal right now. It could be BL though. It probably turns into Toxic BL if I choose to go that route. Toxic Yuri game is gonna be on Wednesday though. Toxic Mushroom Yuri. Looking forward to that. Right now we just have depression? No, trauma. We have a lot of trauma going on. I did Toxic Yuri Wednesday, coming up soon. Between the dinner scenes and the cannibalism, you're starting to think Whoop just likes foods? Yeah, no, that's true. I do like food, yeah. Yeah. It goes down easily, gliding smoothly through my mouth and throat, filling my hollow stomach, soothing my uneasy heart. It's as if my turbulent emotions could find some brief rest here. Depresso espresso, exactly. The events at the police station snapped me out of the morning I was submerged in. Now I should have the courage to tell everyone what happened today. This shop really is the best. I'm finally warming up a bit. How about you? What do you think? It's... What? It's just noodles going down his throat, soothing his empty stomach and empty soul. You don't think you want food described like that? You should have seen the way... I think you should have seen the way the tentacles were described when it went to his eyeball. If you think that description of noodles is sexual, you should have seen the tentacles earlier. The what? There was a tentacle monster. It was put in the guy's eyeball. You ever had noodles? Oh, you know what? Like a nice bowl of ramen? Although, no. I do really like udon. A nice, like, hot pot udon? Yeah. It does feel... It fulfills all it needs, I think. Kazumatsuru's food practically disappeared in the blink of an eye. She elegantly dabs at her lips, drains her cup of barley tea, and then begins to peel the edamame, making a little pile of the shell in the saucer. The taste and smell are both fine. So are the proportions. When she hears this, her eyes crinkle, and she lets out an unrestrained bark of laughter. What a posh young master we have here! It's okay. No one's gonna complain if you can't finish. Can't finish a bowl of noodles, of course. I hadn't expected her to pick up on that, but... Anyway, thank you for the treat. I politely declined Kasematsuru's offer to send me back to the troop. Cinching my coat tight, I hurry back before the warmth fades and the snow starts again. It might just be my imagination, but the snow lining the street seems unusually bright tonight. When I turn into the narrow alley, what awaits me is a serene hush. The floorboards creak as I push the door open. The snow outside is still thin on the ground. In contrast, the shadows and silence pull deep and dark within the room. It's completely still, as if no one's here. Shokugeki no Soma? No, I don't think Shokugeki no Soma can be described as slightly horny. I think as a little bit of an understatement. I think you have to say extremely. Why are the lights out? Because it's nighttime? Kazuya? Not a single sound stirs in the house. Only the dull thud of my voice against the floorboards. Weird, it's been a whole day. He should be done with the investors by now. Kazuya, I have to talk to you. Are you there? I raise my voice a little, but there's still no reply. Naniwa-kun? Aburatani-kun? Meiko-san? Silence diffuses throughout the empty house, washing over my face with waves of darkness. Behind me lie the doorway and lamplight, still within reach, with the vicious tendrils of fear growing, snaking their way up my ankles. I can't remember where did I leave off on Shokugeki no Soma? I was reading it. I'm probably about like halfway through the series. Probably. It's been a while. I still love Megumi though. Megumi? So good. The faint unease that has lurked in my heart since the police station finally swells. Its bestial maw gaping wide enough to swallow me whole. I pray silently to every god I can think of, but fate responds with unjust malice. In the darkness, I spy something on the floor. A jumbled pile of shapes, slumped over like sacks stuffed with cotton and straw. My stomach, which had barely settled, clenches again at this absurdly blatant prank. The faint scent of snow from outside had already dissipated in the room's warmth. As I shuffle toward what reaches my nose instead is a hint of rust, a bitter, salty sweet whiff of metal. I fumble for the light switch, I flick it on, and what sears into me is a sea of familiar faces, sprawled on the floor, motionless. Troop leader's briefcase. Naniwa, who bumped into me when I got out of the car, now lies quietly in a corner. Kazuya's briefcase next to him. He's as ghastly pale as the lifeless Hatsuyuki, as everyone else lying there. The people whom I knew so well, with whom I'd spent every day for a year or longer, it's like they've all conspired to stage a cruel joke. But no matter how I shake their limp bodies, I can't summon those familiar voices. The floor at the foot of the stairs is stained with dark splotches. In the lamplight, they gleam a baleful crimson, almost black. I've lost track of how I pushed my way into each room. At first, I still harbored a sliver of hope, just enough to knock and wait for a possible response. But the silence spreads like a pestilence, peeling away that mannered facade of self-deception. Absolute silence drives one's mad. and the blaze roaring through my heart almost seals away the last thread tethering me to sanity. Oh, so I had the option earlier to go to the police station first or go to here first to talk to everyone. I wonder if I had gone here first, could I have prevented this? Is this what happened because I went to the police station first? My body seems to act on its own accord. All I can muster are ragged breaths, so loud and harsh they drown out the deafening silence. Behind so many doors lie the dead, scattered everywhere I look. Bodies, limp like puppets with severed strings. Opening each door is like unveiling a crudely made diorama. They loll on their beds, fingers still clasping books that now sink into the soft carpet. Their bodies are grotesquely wedged between Baroque chairs and desks, contorted into arcs worthy of a dancer. The heavy, turbulent sweetness of rotting fruit now spreads unchecked. It seeps through the corridor, mingling with the aromas of fresh-cut flowers and welcoming incense, swallowing my almost frozen brain until it's fit to burst. I mechanically inspect the rooms one by one, growing numb to finding bodies behind every door. Maybe I'm no different from the mythical Grim Reaper, who claims a life with every door he opens. What torments me most of all is that I can't find Kazuya. Before I know it, I've moved from the first floor to the third. The interval seems to have vanished into some monstrous maw. When I regain my senses, my hand's already resting on the final doorknob. The room I fled from last night. Why is this happening? Who is so determined to rob me of the only people I have left? Only people I love? It's pitch black inside the room. The blinds are drawn so tightly that not even a sliver of moonlight peeks through. Only the acrid odor of disinfectant fills the air. I grope across the wall for a while before finding the switch. With a crisp click, everything I once imagined and prayed would never come true is laid bare beneath the sterile white light, gleaming with a spectral chill. The operating table is draped in a crisp pale green gauze, marked with old but still conspicuous bloodstains. Those surgical tools that once carved and stitched flesh now lie quiescent in a tray, and atop a sack of gauze rests a small lump of something soft and rancid. Limp, spongy, and bitter to the taste, easily ground to small pieces by teeth. Ah, cognac. And that's what she ate yesterday! A feather. My arm itches. As I shift, a feather falls from my sleeve. I have no idea when it got there. A feather with a green emerald shaft and a dazzling white plume. The duck! Oh, it's a lot like the monster's feather, but strangely enough, I feel no fear. The duck! I doubt it matters much compared to everything before me. Calling this an operating room would be a stretch. Face is cramped. A single turn of the head and a flick of the eyes makes an unpleasant truth abundantly clear. There's no one here. This is probably where Hatsuyuki lay, was cut open over and over. As far as I can make out, the room has been tidied. There's almost no reminiscing trace of who the other person might have been. Beside the operating table stands a medicine cabinet. It's full of bottles and jars, all labeled with printed tags. Open the cabinet, I turn the labels towards me one by one. I mostly find glass bottles marked as alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, and formalin? Is that what it says? But one test tube, half full of a transparent liquid, is devoid of any label, except a tiny trace of glue that wasn't quite peeled off. Preservative. The test tube is corked tight. After a struggle, I managed to pry it open, and I'll come to regret this 1,000 times over. This smell. Why this of all things? From the yellow test tube gushes the cloying reek of rotting fruit. As I return to the first floor, my steps feel weightless. like I'm walking on clouds. I've come unmoored from reality. Why did I never realize? There were so many scenes showing, so much that I could have given it away, but I kept blundering around like a fool. All I did was squander the life that they had left and snuff out their burning candles, with absolutely nothing to show for all that wasted time. Whether it was by accident or deliberate, as I stand in this house that lies silent as a tomb, I know I can't forgive whoever caused this, and myself for standing by and watching it happen. The air bears down on me, heavy with dark emotions. It seems to be teetering on the edge of a precipice. If only I could change all of this. Right, oh, I still have my magic. My magic, I can, oh, what's gonna happen next? Summoning every scrap of strength within me, I open my mouth and force the air between my lips. Everyone is alive. Nothing happens. Everyone in Emerald Eye Troop survived the train crash. I'm swallowing a ball of scorching flame. The heat hovers into my skull, incinerating my brain, my tongue, my vocal cords. But tragically, wretchedly, there's nowhere for it to go. Ever since I found out about magic, there's been a hidden reservoir of pride in my heart. But now it rises only to suffocate me. Nothing is happening. Naniwa, Alburatani, and Meiku are all still there, lying motionless. They must be long dead. Even longer than I realized. Far too long to bring them back. I want to weep, but my tear ducts have been seared dry as well. When I unfasten Naniwa's clothes, my numb fingers don't quite obey. The button slips through my fingers twice, staying stubbornly lodged in the buttonholes. It takes me about 3 minutes, or maybe 5. I've lost track. Time crawls by as if my sheer focus is losing its halt. Slowing to a halt, oh my gosh. Oh, Jesmon? Oh my god, yes! I forgot about them. So cool, so cool. I think I have a TCG deck based, one of the starter decks based around them. Hey, back to the game. Peeling off the heavy winter clothes reminds me of what I've read in books about the engrossing process of preparing winter bamboo shoots. And when my fingers make contact with the cool, yielding skin, what comes to mind is the cream I smear on my face for stage makeup, slick and warming quickly with body heat. But here, there's no bamboo shoots and no fragrant creams. Only burn marks, lacerations, raw oozing flesh hidden beneath long sleeves and running across the abdomen, scars from repeated slicing and stitching. That's all I see. That alone is enough. I'm seized by an inexplicable urge to laugh out loud, but my lips refuse to curl into a smile. How unbecoming of a skilled actor to not be able to command his muscles. My eyes are stinging. I keep them wide open, not a single tear escapes. So that's how it is. So I was the only one, fooled by you all, this whole time. I wish you could still talk, when you could tell me what happened. I don't need you to look after me. I just want you all to be alive and well. I dress Naniwa again. Nearby, Kazuya's briefcase lies askew. Its leather strap snapped and its buckle has been split open, revealing a small crack stained with fresh blood. I wipe it with my sleeve, but it won't come off. The interior of the briefcase glitters with the same blue pattern I've seen before, and it abruptly occurs to me that something is off. These are traces of magic. But it seems like everyone was a living corpse, just like Hatsuyuki. So why is it, apart from Kazuya's briefcase, my right eye can only see a spotlessly clean room? All at once, I break out in a cold sweat. Did someone come back here? I try to fasten the buckle and lift it. The briefcase is light, almost too light, and it's clearly smashed beyond repair. The fragile hinges can't bear the weight, and it bursts wide open, both halves swinging in the air. A photo frame hits the ground, its thud muted by the soft carpet. Apart from that, the briefcase is completely open. The exposed lining is a dull black which seems to swallow all the glaring brightness that overwhelms me. Even the patterns of light go dim within the blackness. That's all? What is this? I flip the frame right side up. Sealed behind the pristine glass is a photograph. Group photo of the troupe. Oh, this is everybody. Who's the tall one? As dramatic as this, you'd think he'd have the sense to call someone the obvious magic trick, right? He's not calling anyone? Maybe the cop that we were just hanging out with? The cop whose phone number and business card, personal card, is in his pocket, probably? A group photo of the troupe, one I have no memory of. Everyone is beaming widely. The meadow and unfamiliar wildflowers behind them look so soft even in the monochrome hues. Taken spring, 1918. How did everything change in just one day? I wipe the dust off the glass with my hands and my fingers tremble slightly, so much that even gripping the smooth frame feels like lifting an impossibly heavy boulder. Wiping it is grueling, and it still seems just as dirty to me. I scrub until my stiff fingertips start to ache. Only then does it begin to look a little cleaner. This should do. Oh, he's crying. I splay the briefcase across my lap and replace the polished photo frame inside. The soft velvet lining grazes my fingers and then snags them, slowly drawing them deeper and deeper. I have to keep reminding myself to look over at the sprites because they change subtly, and I don't know, maybe I've missed things. That feeling surges within my veins again. The familiar sensation that something's pulling me towards it. The next instant, the world dissolves into a whirl. Darkness devours my vision. I'm seized by a brief, unrelenting weightlessness that scrambles every thought in my mind, leaving me dizzy and reeling, too feeble to even vomit. Ooh. At last, a pinpoint of light pierces the veil of darkness, and I find something cold and hard beneath me. It seems that the storm-tossed vessel has finally drifted to a halt. I'm lying on a damp stone surface. The air is thick with the scent of moss and soil after rain. Vast rock faces tower on either side of me. Their lower reach are studded with ancient torches. On the higher cliffs loom crude carvings of massive figures, their features long since worn away by the elements. I strain my eyes peering upwards. All I can see is a narrow strip of sky wedged between the cliff faces, extending endlessly beyond sight. Some dim light trickles down, but even combined with the torches, these depths remain shrouded in darkness. Every cranny is filled with the flickering shadow of boulders. What's going on? Where am I? I struggle to my feet. My clothes are sodden with muddy water. It feels unpleasant, even disgusting. Still, I have no choice but to keep them on against the fleeting gust of wind. Hello, Hammer of Justice? Do I remember? Probably. Your name sounds familiar. It's been a while, though. After taking a look around, I'm almost certain this is the atelier Kasematsuru was talking about. I remember I was touching Kazuya's briefcase. My confusion deepens. Kazuya had always had this briefcase. Ever since my memories began afresh, had he and Hatsuyuki been hiding something from me? No, I need to get out of here first, then ask him. He has to know something. I take a few tentative steps forward. I can keenly feel the puddles and moss slick beneath my feet, clinging to my soles, ready to send me sprawling if I put a wrong foot. As I follow the line of torches, now and then, something briefly obscures the light up overhead. When I look up, I catch sight of shadows, minuscule or massive, or sometimes it's a ripple of emerald green, flickering from light to dark. Is this an Ava Angel or a green Sims Plum Bob? I think it's the Plum Bob, actually. I think it's the Plum Bob. It's been a long while. Sorry you're busy. No worries. Never need to apologize. Live your life. Be free. Zero? Actually, Zero, I don't remember who you are. Whomst? I've never heard the name Zero. Zero Storms? No, it doesn't sound familiar. Also, I have to go now. My god, I want to know what's gonna happen. I know what we're gonna find. Oh my god, I don't want to end, but I gotta end this now. I gotta save this. Hydrate, yes, thank you. I have to save this. Alright, so I have to look away. I can't. I have to go over here now. I have to go over here now. Over here now. Over here now. Over here now. Alright. Alright. Game. I'm closing the game now. Be gone, game. I want to quit. Yes, I don't want to quit. I want to play more. I also want to go back and see what happens if I like choose to go back to a great cliffhanger. It is a good cliffhanger. It is a good cliffhanger there. I want to keep going though. I want to keep going. That was really good. It was so like absolutely like to my taste in a game. It has flowery writing, tension in the weirdest places, an amazing place for the demo, and the demo's not even over! I don't know how much demo's left. There's probably a bit more, but I don't know how much more. But I feel like it's a good time for people to see it and be like, oh, I want to get this game. Which, speaking of game, pin to the top. Go wishlist the game. Or play the demo. Go demo the demo and try the different... See what happens with the different options. Different text options. I wonder how, like, much the demo alone diverges. Thank you for the fun stream and showing us. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me. So I guess I already have the schedule up. My stream for tomorrow morning. I do have to move that, and I will post a tweet of the new time. I got called into work. I have to work now. So I have to make that later. So maybe Rotten Roots will be like, I don't know what time I get home either. It might have to be 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern time? We'll see. I will post a tweet. I'll probably have to put the exact time tomorrow. Maybe 3 o'clock. I might just do 3 o'clock and go both Rotten Roots and Soulside back to back. That might be better. We'll see. I'll have to decide it. I'll have to figure it out. But stream tomorrow. 2 streams tomorrow. 1 will be earlier, 1 will be later. That's what I've decided. Full details to be determined. For now, I need to find someone to raid. I also... Let's see. Also, I need everyone to... Deep breath. Good stuff. Everyone go check out the Fall in Love Festival. Whole bunch of Steam game whole bunch of romance visual novels are being highlighted on Steam. Lots of demos, lots of games on sale. Go check it out, go check it out, go check it out. And also secondary thing, but very important. I need everyone to click on this. I need you all to click on this YouTube link, and I need you all to put this on in another tab for me, please. Can you please open this up and leave it in a tab? Can you leave this tab open for the next hour and a half? Just the next hour and a half, please? Thank you. Please and thank you. Okay? I'm gonna go find someone to raid now. Yeah, go click that link, please. You don't have to watch it. It'd be great if you watched it, but you don't have to watch it. Oh, weird. Oh, did they update Twitch again? Why? Why are they doing this to me? Why did they update the way the Twitch home screen looks? Why are there, like, various categories now? No, I don't care about... Why is the... I follow more than 3 accounts that are online. Why did they change this? Why does this make my life even harder? Who do I want to raid right now? Oh, okay, I'll raid... Did I raid Creature yesterday? It doesn't matter. Creature's playing more Fall in Love Festival games, so we're gonna raid Creature again. Distant Oceanic Getaway. This isn't one of the games that I'm gonna play. It does look really good. I just had so many games to play that it wasn't able to make it on my schedule. So that makes it perfect. That makes it perfect to go check out another game in the Fall in Love Festival. I need to update my recall stuff, but there's the new emotes. There's also the old one. We can do whatever. I should make some sort of combo of that or something. I don't know. Copy. Let me bring this up. And then we go, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Check out my new ending screen. Isn't that cute? I need to reposition the text box so it doesn't take up so much stuff. But look at that. By Milky Artsy. Alright, goodbye!